I'm listening to Kirk Minihane's podcast.
Sports and show business.
Kirk Minihane, who is apparently a derelict of some kind.
That is Kirk Minihane. No one more controversial right now in the sports talk world.
That's what I'm talking about. Sports!
Kirk Minihane, what kind of thug are you?
Yes, well, he is white hot right now.
The head. I also want to say something about Kirk Minihane because I like him.
Kirk is like a sports genius who everyone hates.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Okay. By the way, as we kick things off here today, we are, last I checked this morning, number 4 iTunes ranking sports and recreation, which is important, I think valid, and should be applauded. I think they do a good job with those rankings.
It's a perfect algorithm.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the issue with it. That, by the way, is the voice you heard of my Mike, who has turned out to be a total fraudulent pussy.
Yeah.
Who knew? Like, this is fucking, this is unbelievable. Oh, there's that laugh. There's that laugh. First of all, sad on several levels as we get into the show here today.
No.
Francis Ellis will join us from formerly of Barstool. About a half hour, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So, 2 sad moments from Blind Mike in the last 24 hours.
You're going to spin this. This is not...
No. Okay, I'm just
didn't get sensitive about it.
May I begin?
Go ahead.
The first one was he tweeted out yesterday that Kingpin Pete is willing to drive him to New York. He's so nervous about me doing a show with somebody else.
No, stop it.
What is it? Go ahead.
I don't actually care.
Look at him. Look at this thing on this finger. Look how nervous he is. What's going on?
I'd be down to go to New York, but if you don't want me, I'm not going to fucking join you.
Okay, so that was number 1. And number 2 was he tweeted, the Minifan podcast is up. Go listen to it, find it, subscribe to it, give it a review, whatever you want. Is up this morning. And they criticize, I thought lightly, Blind Mike's. And
you know what? You're right though. When I listened back, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
I can't really hear. I can hear him. I can't hear any.
It was the.
Can you hear? Okay, everything feels low.
So?
Am I wrong? Am I wrong or no? Turn it up just a little bit. Is that better? Yeah, Mike. Let me hear you again. Yeah, that's good. We're good. Keep going. Keep going.
You're probably right. When I listened back to the clip this morning, it wasn't as bad.
Well, let's play. Do we have the clip?
I think it was the.
You really just need to learn to get a thick skin around here.
No kidding. I mean, so this is the Minifan podcast with DEC and an increasingly bizarre and jealous and weird MHB. That was my takeaway from this.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
that's what bothered me.
What the fuck is going on with him? Like, the train passed by. It's okay. Like, you get your little podcast. No big deal. You kiss my ass every once a week and shut up and do your show. Jesus. They said they just passed 200,000 downloads.
Well, that's good.
It's awesome. Yeah. Congratulations. Be happy. Have something good.
Yeah.
He sounds like to me, he sounds jealous of the fact that Blind Mike's here every day.
Maybe. People said that. I don't know if that's it. It wasn't an MHB.
What is wrong with you today? Why are you so timid? Why are you so timid today? What's wrong with you?
I don't know. Am I off? All right, fuck these guys.
No, you just seem timid about this stuff. What's going on?
Yeah, well, because I don't want to look like I'm sensitive. But it was annoying to have just a build up.
Why aren't you piling on him, Steve? This is your moment, right?
It was annoying to have. 30...
Come on, you fucking pussy! Let's go! You've been hit in the face. Attack these guys.
Well, no,
MHB's all jacked up. He just called you a liar. He just called you a fucking liar.
What the fuck? How am I a liar?
It's fun.
How am I a liar?
It's fun. Me and the Minifans have a nice back and forth. I say things like their show is very good and they do a great job with it and go listen. And they respond with he's an untalented piece of shit and his girlfriend's disgusting.
Yeah, but what do you think they're going to say on the podcast? How great you are?
No, I know.
I mean, play the cut. Is this the cut about the feet or whatever?
Yeah,
that's it, right? I didn't miss anything else.
No, that was the only. Well.
They're going after families.
Oh, hold on.
They're going after families. I tell you what, Ben Robinson's not going to be fucking happy.
Ben is not a Minifan. Let me hear this cut.
I was talking to Ben.
All right, let me hear this cut.
You know what Mike does, though? Mike does even a worse laugh because people are starting to turn on Mike's laugh. He does this
people are turning on.
What people are doing? I mean, that's fine if they are. I welcome
Massive
them to do
amounts
it.
of people.
But who is turning their back on? Oh, is there a guy on Twitter?
At Big Dick 69.
Yeah, like who is it?
Yeah,
these guys have lost touch with the. I need to maybe talk to these guys. They've lost touch with reality.
A little.
Good.
Who's that in the background? What the fuck is? Can you play that again? Play that again.
But that's not my laugh.
One more time.
I wonder where he got that.
Who knows?
Yes, Alba, one more time. Give it to me again. That's right. Put on the Roman wipes slowly this time.
But that isn't my laugh. I don't get the bit.
Confused, I get her with Mark Moroso's wife, both Albanian.
That's what hurt.
Really?
Comparing to Mark Moroso.
That really upset you? Okay, the next line. Keep playing. Go ahead.
It's the next thing.
They both have slight hair on their toenails.
I was like, Jesus Christ, guy.
Blind Mike's girlfriend.
It's not even funny though. Like, I don't even.
Out of his league.
Yeah, that was the thing.
And these
the problem I
MHB
had is
defended your girlfriend right away.
That was nice because the problem I had was more. I thought MHB piled on because he met her and she was very nice
He
to her.
didn't say anything.
And I was like, what a fucking... No, he didn't say anything.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I think it's clear they're getting a little big for their britches, though.
But that's okay. That was
thing.
mild, though. Like, compared to what I did to Steve on Friday?
It was very mild. But the half hour before that of, this guy is untalented and doesn't deserve to be in there.
It was like, holy shit. You have lost your mind. There was almost none of that.
All right, maybe.
I listened to it this morning. There was none of that.
Maybe.
Like, give me a line that like, when?
I listened as I was drifting off to bed, and I said, I'm going to let MHB and DEC tuck me in here.
You were drifting off to bed, stroking Alba's topher.
Maybe I was a little more sensitive. But yeah, no, the girl, bringing up the girlfriend, I thought was... But now hearing it back, it wasn't that bad.
Did you text them and let them know family's off limits?
No, that's the odd thing, is they texted me. I think I was ready to get mad, because they texted me beforehand.
That's exactly the thing.
Hey, it's all in good fun, Mike. Don't worry about it.
They lay down their podcast, they talk a big game, and then they jump on the Twitter DMs and say, hey, just so you know, we talked about some shit, but we don't mean anything.
Steve got some shrapnel again today, though. No use for him either.
And he gives me shit. He's got the fucking audacity to give me MHB shit, who's done, 100 times more for Kirk Minihane than Steve Robinson ever would or could be.
Again, I'm going to go back to, I'll go back to what I said last week. Hold on. I like those guys and everything. I do appreciate that they had my back and defended me, but as I said last week, if they didn't exist, I would be sitting here right now. I would have got out of my contract. We would have forgotten about you. Yeah, I would have got out of my contract. People were begging to have me. I mean, again, you can look at the ratings when I was there at the old place, when I left, where they are now, how we're doing here. Like, I was wanted. Barstool's not the only people that came after me.
I don't know. Without all thunder thighs propping you up for 6 months.
Oh, that's the other thing. He sounds fat now, too. He just sounds...
Well, he's nervous about that. He's very nervous about it. He's trying to, overly compensate.
Well, don't eat so much fat, so that'd be my advice to him. Don't be a pig.
Yeah.
I heard him say, I listen to the whole thing like I do every week. They can't complain about me. I'm a loyal P1. And he said he's going to get down.
That was my problem, is that they'll never criticize you.
Well, they better not.
But for whatever reason, you're having this idiot who laughs too much and isn't funny on the show. I think that's what bothered me. Is like,
I heard MHB. MHB keeps saying he's only got the balls to. He brought in some old audio. He's so proud of himself. Like, no shit. Like, great job. Congratulations.
Yeah.
MHB said he's going to get down to 190 pounds by August 15th. He said.
What is he at now?
I presume he means August 15th, 2028, because you cannot lose 310 pounds. I don't think in 6 weeks.
Is he that big? I didn't realize.
He's got to be. You saw him, Steve. 310 pounds, 315.
He's got some large thighs.
Oh,
there's some girth there.
He's just one of, you feel bad for him. You're like, is he like on prednisone, or is there something going on? Like, does he have, because he looks so heavy. It's really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So by the way, he's taking my mental illness angle, which I don't like. I mean,
there's a lot of.
I mean, find something. Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's fun. The laugh and all that is fun, but when you,
I mean, that you know what? I'm just gonna say this. I consider real MHB and real DEC friends at this point. So I laugh it off when they talk about how much I suck.
So
but for the first time ever, I'm a little annoyed. Going after my girlfriend for no reason seems unnecessary. Can't get too mad. Just seemed harsh. What a fucking pussy.
All right.
Oh my God, Steve! Right. Please, the floor is yours.
This is unbelievable.
This is incredible.
After the buzzsaw that I walked into on Friday, that you would even tweet that out is pretty remarkable.
But I didn't say awful. I didn't say they're not allowed to speak about it again. I was just like, that's fucking annoying.
What you did was worse. What you did was worse. It was passive aggressive.
No,
I'm a little annoyed. Just seems unnecessary.
Well, let me.
Everything is this show is it's a fucking Minifan show about a show where the three of us dick around for an hour and a half.
That's true.
There's nothing more unnecessary than that. Nothing.
But let me paint a picture.
I have their
for
backs.
You.
I love those guys.
Let me paint a picture for you here. You're listening to KFC radio, and for whatever reason they're talking about they're trashing you and making fun of you, and you're like, all right, that's all right.
Yeah.
And then they're saying he doesn't deserve to be here. He's not talented. He's not funny.
I go after him the next day.
He laughs. The brief second he experiences joy for a minute, that's fucking annoying.
Meaning me
No, me.
Okay.
And then you're like, all right, that's a little much, but all right, I'm sure they're going to turn it around here and throw a compliment in, and then it's like, and his girlfriend's fucking gross.
But
it's like, whoa.
But you, as you know, you went to chapter and verse about how it's satirical.
No, I know.
The DEC has never seen your girlfriend, I presume, right?
No.
So how the fuck? What is it? He says she has hairy toenails. That's stupid.
You're right. I got too sensitive.
That's just dumb.
I got too sensitive.
It's not like they said she should be deployed back to Albania to serve in the Albanian National
fuck her
Guard.
Nieces and nephews or anything.
I've had too many meetings with Ben Robb. I think
don't hide behind my brother.
Don't do that.
Don't hide behind my brother.
I think I'll tell you what bothers me is just the idea that, like,
I can't believe he's not just saying I'm a fucking pussy. I cannot believe you're fighting this one.
I did.
What was said before that? that upset you?
That I wasn't talented and
I shouldn't
be on the show.
They did not say that.
They said I'm not funny. My laugh is annoying.
I think you should apologize to MHB.
They said I said maybe 30 words in the 2 weeks I've been on the show.
I did hear that.
Yeah,
I did hear that.
So
that's not true.
That was annoying, and then it led to the.
But shouldn't you just say, hey, like Kirk Minihane has me on this show every day?
You're right.
Who gives a shit with some fatso and another fatso think about like who do a show that kisses my ass? Like, why do you care what they think?
You're right. Yeah, I got overly sensitive.
Should we have a weight loss challenge with MHB and DEC? Whoever loses the most by say the end of August gets to come back on the show.
I know. Let's just have them just for their own health. We don't need to incentivize them that way. We'll find something else.
On the topic of laughter, though, there is a lot of criticism of laughing on the mics. Is laughing allowed?
Laughing is encouraged. Like
that's what I thought.
I do not want fake laugh.
I don't think I fake.
I don't think so either.
Fake laughter going on.
No, if it's funny.
Well, during Mike's stand-up, there might have been a little fake laughter.
No, I was laughing at Mike's stand-up. But if
laughing out bad,
I know when I drive around in the car and I used to listen to shows or whatever, I like when people are laughing. That's genuine. I think we used to do that on my old show. I think they're struggling with that now. It's hard. It's a hard thing. But when it's genuinely funny and you're laughing, you like to be part of it. It feels communal, I think. I don't know.
Well, what I'll do now is when you tell a joke or anything,
don't laugh.
I won't laugh. I'll just say, Kirk, that is very funny.
Thank you. Thank you. Boy, Mike is super sensitive.
Maybe
and I've seen you chirp back at people on Twitter lately. Like,
he's rattled. I think. Isn't that the word?
I've seen you on Twitter lately going at people and saying, oh, fuck you. Same with MHB.
Like I go after people that go after the show and say,
fuck them. Who cares? Don't worry about it.
All right, fine.
Just relax.
All right.
We're having a good time. Numbers are great. Everyone's happy.
The parody accounts are proliferating.
What is that? I don't know.
Well,
I don't know that word.
That means they're growing,
increasing, multiplying.
Just think, yes. That was going to happen. There's no. I don't know, and I could be wrong. Tweet at me if you want at Brian_Riccio, and you could see like in my old show. I don't know if there are any other radio shows that have any parody accounts really at all. I mean, I'm sure they have one or two, but we must have had 100. I don't even know.
Easily.
And if I put out a call for like we did for your brother, did your brother actually have a Twitter account or
no?
He's not on Twitter.
No,
he's not a social media guy.
No.
What is his interest? Politics, or I don't want to get too specific.
They
oh wait, the buzzer is ringing. Hold on.
They sent out orders. They're supposed to. Members of the military aren't supposed to have a lot of social media presence.
The guy that fucking shot Bin Laden is all over Twitter. Robert O'Neill.
Yeah, he's a little bit different. He's also all over the road when he's drunk.
That's true. Oh my God, Jerry and I saw him at the Super Bowl. Where was the Super Bowl for the Seahawks game? Was that Phoenix? I think it was.
Or Phoenix or Houston.
Yeah, we were at the bar at the hotel. Like we were right next to the thing. So we were there like Wednesday or Thursday night. And Jerry gets this look on his face. He's like, "Oh my God, you're not gonna fucking believe who this is."
That guy has to be a hero for Jerry.
It was like if I saw Springsteen, or Blind Mike could see.
He shot an 80-year-old guy while he was hooked up to a dialysis machine. Okay,
and he's like that. He's like that's the guy who killed Bin Laden. He goes over. He's like, "I'm gonna buy you a beer, sir."
As if he's the first one.
And he's like, Jerry's like. And I said to Jerry, I was like, I want you to not ask him about shooting Bin Laden. Let's see if we could talk to him for 10 minutes. And he couldn't do it. But he was a super nice guy, like crazy. Yeah. Did you have him on the old show or no?
I don't think we ever did.
Oh, really? He was fine. He was crazy, but
I've heard him on other shows. He was
on Stern.
Pretty entertaining. Yeah,
he was good, but he does have a habit of having a drink and then going for a drive,
falling asliep at a gas station.
If you kill Bin Laden, don't you get a lifetime pass for that?
Yeah,
I guess so.
Don't you think he probably has some issues? Was your brother part of SEAL Team 6? Can you talk about that or no?
Well, yeah, no. I mean, he was the spotter for the guy who killed Bin Laden.
So if you're in the military, you can't be on Twitter.
I mean, you can, but they send out orders saying that ISIS is looking to use social media to track people down, identify members of the military.
Speaking
and
of
their
that,
family,
why do you think Blind Mike has become such a pussy?
Yeah, so so you listened to the whole thing?
I listened.
And you thought I was being overly sensitive?
For my run this morning, my lovely run in Sudbury that I did here because Steve told me to get here at 7:20 because we're going to have the special equipment set up for the Francis interview, which I'm looking for, which didn't quite work. What else is new? But I listened to the whole thing. It was 50 whatever minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I take then. I
thought it was guys who were all friends.
I'll tell you. So last night when I listened to it, I was furious.
Really?
And then I was real mad. And then when Steve played me, he's like, "Is this the drop?" And I was like, "Oh."
Did you? I kept
I was like, I guess.
I swear to God, I did the same thing.
I was like, you know what? I guess I was wrong.
I was driving. I was actually starting the run right at the point where they started doing that, and I was like, "Oh God, I cannot wait for this!" Like,
I remember
are they
going to
call her the C word? Are they going to say she has?
No, it wasn't that bad.
Like,
I apologize.
Are they going to give out his address?
I owe those guys an apology.
A lot of apologies going on this week.
I think the reason Mike's so rattled is because he heard him talking about how many thousands of downloads they're getting.
Right.
The biggest thing is that they threw.
I'm not on a bigger podcast.
They threw Blindside Politics under the bus.
Pods.
Sorry.
Blind Mike is not a political guy.
Blindside Pods. They started saying that you're not responsible for any of their success.
Oh, well, that's true. I'm not.
Well, he's their boss, though. I mean, so you're not going to talk to these guys all water under the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take away their pensions.
I overreacted.
So I understand when it comes to your woman, you're a fucking macho guy.
That's me.
That's the way you are.
You talk about anyone you want.
Well, he fucks my broad.
Me and Dave Portnoy.
Speaking of Portnoy, by the way, so I set this interview with Francis, who we talked about him yesterday. We went through the whole thing. He got fired from Barstool. We'll talk about that today. So I reached out to him yesterday. Well, first of all, Portnoy tweeted out that he was curious for my reaction to the Francis Ellis thing. Which
is that unprompted?
You didn't pick up on any sarcasm there?
I did.
I thought it was a tad sarcasm.
Well, I guess we tweeted out. Does he follow?
He follows
the show, or
he follows the show account. I believe.
So he saw that and he was like, "Oh, yes." I thought it was completely sarcastic, which is fine. I responded to it, let him know, and I said, "Why don't we just have Francis? Seems like he's been tweeting. He seems sort of self-deprecating about this. I'll reach out and see if he wants to come on the show immediately. Bam, great. Absolutely. Do you think it'll be okay with Dave?" I said, "I don't know why not." He said, "Would you mind? Would you mind checking with him? I don't want to go on if it's not okay with him." So I said, "Sure." I called Portnoy, and we talked for a few minutes. First of all, he was out by the fucking water. The phone was awful, and he's just yapping away, and he's kind of dumping on Francis and kind of defending him and shitting on him. I'll bring that up with him, and we're talking back and forth, and I think he said at the end, he's like, "So how's everything going?" I said, "Fine." He's like, "I got to be honest." He's like, "It feels to me like you're kind of on your own out there on doing your podcast."
Really?
And I was like, "Well, yeah." Well, I said, "That's good. I like that." And then it got like crackly, and he's like talking about radio and how they're like last week the thing with the shirts and dressing up and all that shit. He's like, you weren't really part of that. I kind of wish you were part of that sort of thing. And then he cut out, and I was like, this is weird. I think I talked to you after that. And then I texted Portnoy. I was like, you were cutting out. Explain what you're saying about radio on my show at the end of our conversation. He responded, "I feel like radio keeps you more on the mix, that's all. Just pod is sort of on an island." So I thought, I'm confused now.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Didn't we talk about the entire drama at Barstool?
Well, yeah, but not even that.
Times?
Like, I don't want to go on Barstool Radio every day and talk about those guys. Like, I don't want to be part of every single fight they have. They're in New York. They're in their own world, and I feel like I'd be forcing myself in. If I was on Sirius from here, and two other guys were in New York, and I'm like, well, yeah, I get wear a fucking tie. I'd feel like I don't care enough.
Yeah, does he want you to be like his enforcer, like his sidekick?
I don't really know. I don't think so, but I was just confused by it.
Yeah.
So this was sort of the issue when I negotiated this deal. Portnoy wanted me to do Sirius. Erica and I wanted me to do the podcast.
Yeah.
And I think Portnoy still wants me to do Sirius because my theory, I remember I was on with KFC in Feidelberg, I think last week. My good friend KFC, my new co-host going forward after July 16th.
Blind Mike's replacement.
He's saying more than 30 words a show. Which is it 30 words a show or a week?
He said a week. Since I've been on, so 2 weeks technically.
Okay, there you go. They said, I think he was telling the story that he looked at Portnoy's phone recently, and there was he went to the podcast thing. It was from like 5 years ago. Like, he literally doesn't listen to podcasts at all.
Right.
Like, I don't think he's ever listened to Call Her Daddy.
He's the chief content manager for one of the biggest podcast
He doesn't
platforms.
listen to anything.
I don't think he listens to anything, but I do think he's in his car or whatever, and he listens to Sirius. His dad's on there. He's on there. So I think that's his world. So
All
he's
right,
like, Kirk's not on
sense.
there. Like, I don't think he's ever listened to Part of My Take.
Probably not.
I mean, he's in charge, which, by the way, is great. I think that's awesome.
It's weird. It's weird that he's able to evaluate talent the way he is, because he's good at evaluating talent.
Well, I worked with him,
but he's not.
Yeah.
But he's not on the. He doesn't have his finger on the pulse of everything going on.
No, I almost think I did some radio with him when he was he did come on with us at EEI, and I did some stuff at Barstool. But I think it was more the way people always tweeted him and say, "Hey, get this guy," and he was like, "Oh, all right, there must be something there." I guess I don't know.
I mean, would you prefer that he comes in and micromanages?
No, not at all. I just thought it was an interesting comment because then I thought about it. I thought, okay, this is it. I think Sirius is his life. In a weird way, it's almost like an older person when AM or FM is their life. Like, he listens to the Barstool.
I can't even imagine that.
Yeah,
because
it must be weird.
Wouldn't there be less of an audience on Sirius?
I have no idea, but I don't want to do it.
Right.
Like, the answer to that is yes. I think you're right. Yes.
Can't they just DB the podcast?
I don't. Do you want that though?
Why not? If it's going to be more money for us.
Well, that doesn't mean they have to pay us.
Just take the recording and run it through Sirius.
Well, fine, but they have to give us a new deal then.
Yeah,
and new money.
fine.
Because you will potentially lose podcast downloads of people in the car listening to it on Sirius. Right?
That's true, yeah.
I mean, so I'm not interested in that.
Yeah, and I forget if it was KFC or Feidelberg said like they don't even really get a reaction when they do Sirius XM, whereas when they drop a podcast, they get a million tweets.
No, I'm sure. They have a loyal Sirius audience, and that's great.
Oh yeah,
awesome.
But I think it's a different type of audience.
It's way more intimate too.
It's
way more fucking intimate. It just is.
Yeah.
I like it. We have way more control. If we want to do 3 hours one day, we'll do it. If we want to do 58 minutes one day, we'll do it. Like I don't. And by the way, it's going really well, as Portnoy said. So it's just. I don't know. I like that we're on an island. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure what does he want me in there with
maybe it means if you're fighting with people, if you're going after people, he wants you there in the office or something.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Like, this has all been
just
done contractually.
Show up at the office once a month and just pick fights with people. Just walk in there and punch Carabas in the face.
Thing? So
let's talk about it. Come on.
I'll be in New York 2 weeks from today. Like, is that what they expect me to do? Like, just gonna be dance around and fight with people? Like, it just feels weird. I don't know. I know I'm doing something with Carabas that day. I'm doing the Reddit that day, and I may be doing. I think they said I might be doing Pardon My Take. I don't know.
What are you doing with Carabas?
I don't know. He reached out yesterday. We were texting back and forth. I'm sorry. I like Carabas. I think he's a drip in the bore, but I actually like him,
and I
like that he doesn't have a thin skin. We were dumping all over him. He doesn't give a shit. I actually like that. I don't get shit for saying that.
You know, who's a fan of the show as well as a Big Cat. Apparently,
is that right?
He reached out to tell me what a good show it's been.
Why didn't he reach out to me?
I don't know. It was weird.
He's following me. He didn't reach out to me either.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because he knows me a little bit.
You know Big Cat? Oh, wow.
Well, I worked at Barstool.
My Mike seems deflated by this whole... What's going on? What is going on?
Totally rattled.
What is going on?
I think when I listened to it, I don't know what my mindset was, but I was mad and I was fucking annoyed.
Did you send any weird texts or no?
No, they sent me, MHB texted me immediately.
Oh, you said that, yeah. Like, hey.
He's like, of course, he goes, it was DEC that said it, not me. And I was like, it's fine, man. The girlfriend thing annoyed me, but at the end of the day. And then he was like, I would have cut it out. And I was like, don't fucking edit anything on my behalf. It's fine.
Are we turning on Mike now? Are we turning on Mike?
No, I'm not turning on Mike. He just is, well, a little bit.
So yeah, do we have any actually what he would call shitting on Mike? Do we have this cut up?
No, there was just that one cut.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
So maybe I overreacted, I guess. I'm sorry, boys.
But it just seems the timing of it after sort of
Steve thing?
lecturing Steve on having a thicker skin.
No, but I didn't say anything was off limits. I was just like,
no, but you said that
that's fucking annoying. What would you have said if people that you like and are friends were just shitting on you?
My wife had hair on her toenails. I would say that's fucking not even funny. Like it's stupid. Like if they got super personal, I might get pissed off. But that's okay. But
noted. I'm learning. But I was annoyed at the time, and then like I said,
is your girlfriend? Is there a trigger? Is your girlfriend a hairy woman?
No, not at all.
No. Are Albanian women generally hairy or no?
Probably. I know Italians are.
They are.
And Albania's in the same regions.
Boy, Mike is really.
Does she wear a hijab?
No.
What?
She's non-practicing Muslim, right?
Yeah.
Is she enjoying her?
That's not a ridiculous
Is she enjoying
question.
her place in the fame? Is she enjoying being the wife of a famous podcaster?
Not really. I mean, yeah, she likes listening to the show and everything.
What did she think of MHB when he was over there? Did she hang out?
Nice guy. They were very nice to each other.
Why was he shitting on your apartment?
I dropped you off. That's true.
Like he lives in a shithole, and I was just like, no, I don't.
I dropped you off one day. The apartment looks fine to me.
Yeah, it's fine. 2 floors.
Were you upset when he said your apartment was a shithole?
Not really.
That hurt your feelings?
It was all a culmination, Kirk. It was all part of the bigger picture.
Can we talk about you, Kingpin Pete, bringing you down to New York?
Yeah. What's going on here?
Is there some drug trafficking involved?
This is not. Don't make this into like Mike said this out of nowhere on the podcast yesterday. You said you want to come to New York, and I said I don't think you want me to go down with you.
Correct.
And you were like, well, if you can get a ride, and I made a joke. Hey, Pete will drive me.
So is Pete going to be like around? Am I going to have to go eat with you guys and stuff?
He texted me and said, hey, I'll drive you. He goes, obviously, I'll lay low or whatever, but if Kirk wants me to film him or anything, I can do that.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be necessary.
This smells like cover for drug trafficking.
This just feels like this feels like I've been there. I've seen these guys do this. This is Mike like, oh shit, like I got to get down there. Back to the old place, big reunion.
No.
I
don't want to go there because I know it's going to be a full day of Mike's blind. What wacky things can we throw at him or have him make him trip over?
I think I'm doing it. I mean, you're welcome to come down.
Yeah,
I guess.
For the record, we haven't thrown anything at you here.
No, you have not.
No, I think we've treated you well. I can't. We know now you can't be made fun of. I'm not working with 2 people you can't criticize.
That's not what I said.
I mean, what a scene! What a fucking scene here! Jesus. All right, so we have. I think this will actually be a pretty interesting interview. I hope. hopefully he'll be. It seems to me like he'll be good to go. I mean, you seemed nervous last night, Steve. That he was going to bail. I don't think that's going to happen, right?
No, we tested the lines at 9:45 last night.
Was fine.
Yep.
How did he seem?
He seems like he's going through a media whirlwind right now. He's been doing a lot of podcasting. He says he's gotten job offers, lots of other shows. I think he did Theo Vaughn's show.
Oh,
he's very optimistic about his future.
Who is Eric Erickson, by the way?
Eric Erickson used to own Red State.
Did you know who he was or no?
He got very excited. I didn't want to seem ignorant by saying, who is that?
I was having dinner, the phone buzz, and Steve's like, Eric Erickson retweeted one of our promos. I'm like, oh, awesome.
Okay,
who is she?
that might be a tone you're imparting to the text, but I
think there was an exclamation point.
This is weird. Eric Erickson retweeted.
That is not the way it came across. Did you come across that way to you,
It
Steve?
came across very excited.
Which is fine. I appreciate that you're excited about things with the show, but go ahead.
He's the founder of Red State. It was this conservative blog. He's a conservative radio show host. Yeah, he tweets a lot, but I just thought it was interesting, and I was hoping that promo would spread a little bit further. I want to break Mike's record for his stand-up.
Which promo was it?
The one about Reamer. I retweeted an image, a screenshot of the article with you talking about that.
Yeah. That was a good one. That was a good one. I know you asked for... Mike was fishing for a compliment after the show yesterday. Like, not Mike, rather, Steve.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't know what you guys think of the promos. I think they're pretty good. Like, what do you guys think? I'm proud of them.
I'm always fishing for compliments.
I'm working really hard. Like, it kind of means everything to me. Like, I might kill myself. What do you guys like?
I'm not hiding that I'm fishing for compliments.
And not for nothing, but the promos have been good, huh?
The promos have been really good. They've been really good.
Fucking clip that.
So we'll get Ellis on here in a couple minutes. Give me something to make me laugh. What do we got here today?
So yesterday we were talking about MX Molly Woodstock. She's the host of the podcast. You were talking about MX Molly Woodstock.
Who's the host?
MX Molly Woodstock.
Well, you said she's the host.
Oh, sorry, G is the host.
Oh. They is the host.
Sorry, they is the host.
What did you say, G?
G. Sorry.
What is G?
That's another one.
Is it really?
He's right.
Is that true?
It's you. He's woke.
G
You're the one that's not getting.
G, what does G mean?
I think we need to listen to Molly Woodstock and her guest.
And whose guest?
Maya. This is complicated. Their guest.
Their guest. Not it, though.
Molly Woodstock and their guest.
What is G, Steve?
Maya Kababi. Talking
Mike,
about...
I'm talking to Mike saying Steve. Hold on.
What is
G?
What is G? I assume it's...
gender-neutral version of she or he.
But is it a man that was born a woman?
G.
Or a...
G, almost like
almost like
Xi Jinping.
I was thinking like a G in there, like a French thing, but it's more of a... It almost seems like a Chinese dictator, like G, right? Like XHI, you're saying.
Yeah.
I got you.
This is MX Molly Woodstock introducing Maya Kababi to her podcast.
Who is Maya Kababi?
Gender Reveal. She is a gender... Well, I'll let her explain.
They is or she is?
They is. You're going to get me in trouble because it's not even they. Her pronouns aren't they. Yes,
it is. That's what Molly said in the thing, isn't it? Or no?
In this introduction, the guest will tell you what her preferred pronoun...
Oh, good. Okay.
I'm twisting myself. The preferred pronouns will be disclosed in the intro.
Of the guest. Go ahead.
The way we always start the show
is
by
Molly.
Asking in terms of gender, how do you identify?
I identify as non-binary or genderqueer, which I use those two words interchangeably. I know not everyone does. And I use the pronouns EMR, which are spivic pronouns.
They're
and
what?
Grammatically used the same as they, them, their, but with the TH knocked off.
Hold on. Time out.
Spivic pronouns, I believe.
What does that mean? Spivic? Like Mike Stivic? Spivik?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Can you tell folks a little bit about...
Hold on.
I was going to let them explain Spivic pronouns.
Oh, they're going to get into it?
Yes.
Have you heard of this before?
No.
Either one of you.
This is a very weird place to get into, this Gender Reveal podcast.
I'm interested.
We've asked her to come on. We've asked them to come on.
Okay.
Do you think if, God forbid, they were in a car accident or something, and someone yelled "She needs help"? They would be like,
"How dare you, sir? How dare you misgender me?" That's a good question. By the way, this person sounds very pleasant.
Sure.
They
is pleasant.
They are. No, they is pleasant.
They is pleasant.
They is pleasant.
Yes.
That's proper grammar. That's correct.
They has a good podcast.
Good. So it's the Gender Reveal podcast. Is that what it's called?
Gender Reveal.
Well, I would have you. Are you offended by any of this, Mike? Because you're offended by all podcasts.
Yeah.
I want you to.
I'm a little bothered.
I want you to download and subscribe to it, and hopefully, Molly, right? I can
teach me something.
Molly,
MX Woodstock.
Okay,
we're still formal here.
Good. Would join us? That'd be fine. A very lovely person.
I think it's realistic to expect that people will struggle over the,
I would
changing
hope that they
pronoun
understand.
game, right?
I would hope they would understand.
As long as you're making a reasonable accommodation for
this leap seems fast in history, doesn't
real
it?
Fast. Were
we here a year ago? 2 years ago?
No.
Believe me, I'm in the middle of this. I've gone to sensitivity training. I've met with these people. A lot of these people are very nice, but it just seems like
What do you mean these people?
Well, it's funny that it must change all the
community.
time. Because I've heard like Zim and Zur, and I don't hear that anymore. So I think it changed. It's ever changing.
Okay, good. Now listen, I'm all for change.
Gender is an evolving paradigm.
Let me hear it.
Yeah, can you tell folks a little bit about Spivak pronouns and like the history of them, where they come from?
They've actually been independently invented, or like slight variations, at 5 times since the 1880s, which you can read about on Wikipedia.com. There's another version called Elverson.
Couple laughs, I like that.
Very close. It's just instead of E, it's A, spelled E-Y.
Can I tell you this is a better podcast than Big Time Baseball? Like, much better.
Oh, easily.
I mean,
it was more enjoyable to listen to yesterday.
Talks about something.
Some pleasant voices. It's actually clear. There's no, they should. It'd be interesting if they switched. If they switched each other's openings though, like the opens. If the open to Molly's podcast was like the Big Time Baseball Open, then Molly just started talking about gender stuff. That might be kind of funny.
Here's her intro.
Let me hear it.
Welcome to Gender Reveal, a podcast where we hopefully get a little bit closer.
I like her voice. It
kind
of
what the hell gender is.
Their voice.
You fucking bigot.
It's sort
now
of,
you're just doing it on purpose.
It's sort of comforting. They have a nice voice, I have to say.
Host and resident gender detective, Molly Woodstock.
See, I think I'm going to say this right now. I think Molly's semi in on the joke.
Maybe.
I think it's a little bit of very serious issue. But my guess is if we had Molly on, Molly would.
You think she could hang?
She'd be I think she would understand that it's complicated for guys like me who are almost 45 who grew up and have no just the ship is passing me by in this one. I think she'd be sympathetic to and encouraging of me trying to change. What do you think of that, Mike?
I don't know. The idea of all this stuff, like gender detective, seems.
But I think that's sort of a joke.
Maybe they see the silliness in it. I
know you take everything literally on podcasts now. This has become.
I'm very bothered.
Blind Mike, literal podcast expert here. Who just,
it really bothers me.
Who sits here and complains.
I was so off on that.
I think it's an educational project to help people like us understand the new pronoun game.
It does help.
But I remain more confused though. Go ahead.
I'm curious what your experience has been like just being a human in the world who uses those pronouns.
Okay.
Because I think as someone who uses they, them pronouns, I am always trying to gauge whether someone I'm speaking to might have a concept already of they, them
Maybe
pronouns.
Molly's not so much in on the joke.
There's a lot of humor here.
Okay, I'll admit I'm less optimistic than I was 30 seconds ago. I will concede that.
Yeah. I probably won't bother to let them know my pronouns because I don't want to explain the whole thing. But you sort of by nature of your pronouns have to explain the whole thing to almost every single person that you meet. So I'm curious what that's been like for you.
It's mostly good, but also I choose my battles. So the person who introduced me to these pronouns is a good friend of mine, Jana B., who is also an artist.
Well, if you have to be introduced to them, doesn't that kind of question the whole thing?
That's a little strange.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Well, that's it?
When E first told me about these pronouns, I just was it was just this immediate moment of a spark of excitement.
That is exciting.
I wish I could get that happy over pronouns.
It's very
It's not as exciting as I had hoped, but okay.
Do we need some new pronouns for you, Kirk?
Can we keep it as simple as possible? Because this is when you get in trouble. People actually get in trouble for this stuff.
Yeah, in the city of New York, you can be fined for intentionally misgendering somebody.
Is that really true? Or is that a Howie thing?
No, that's a Bill de Blasio initiative.
That feels like one of those stories. It's like, hey, what's going on? That whole thing. I don't know.
How was your friend Jeff Cooner, by the way?
It was a good spot, I thought.
Yeah?
No, you don't like. Yeah,
doing,
you don't like Jeff.
Doing a little right wing radio.
Well, he asked me to come on. If he comes on, and what was I going on for? What was it?
Curtatone.
Yeah. I'll go on.
Any update?
Porto's been on there.
Any update on the lawsuit, by the way?
None. I have not heard anything. I have not heard a word. I thought we were going to hear something this week, but it's the 4th of July week.
Does the silence scare you at all?
I'm fleeing to Europe. I'll be honest. Over the weekend, I did think about flipping to Team Curtatone.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was gonna go turn state's witness after Friday.
I know the Minifans have been devastated by that turn of events.
Steve was a witness for on behalf of Joe Curtatone.
We hear anything else from all, or is that it?
Yes, we have a little bit more.
Oh, anything good or no?
We've got Kababe talking about
Who is Kababe? That's the guest.
She's the guest. Maya Kababe.
Maya Kababe. Okay, go ahead.
And then I actually have a third one also in development, which is also about trans and non-binary children. So hit me up whenever, publishers. I am ready to start indoctrinating the youth.
Wow, that's so exciting. Yeah, because I know there's so much bullshit around how kids shouldn't hear about queer and trans people as children because for some reason.
Oh, there's one thing I'm hearing. If there's one thing I'm hearing in the media lately, it's a lot of bullshit from people saying that they shouldn't be more transgender talk to their kids. I'm reading that every day in the New York Times and the Globe. CNN just did like a 6-part documentary about that.
Well, when you bring like Harry to like play dates or anything, the parents automatically say like, "So what a gender?"
It does not happen yet conversationally.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of assuming or anything. They just go and play.
Do you have any of Maya Kababe's trans children's books on your bookshelf?
Well, she said they haven't sold yet. She's looking for a publisher. Maybe we should, reach out. Maybe you have some friends in the publishing game, Steve.
I do. Can you imagine what would happen if you put that cutout into the right-wing media, though? A trans individual, or I guess genderqueer individual, saying, "I'm looking to indoctrinate the youth with my with my children's books, my ideological
she's being
children's
honest.
books."
I mean, I'll give her that. You can lie. Give me. Do we have any big-time baseball?
We do have big-time baseball.
Make me laugh a little bit.
They had a big guest. They had the Dodgers manager, Dave Roberts.
Oh, my God. Boy, Mike, I don't want... Just Dave Roberts, you hear that name, does it still upset you?
I'm
you
a Yankees fan, so it's rough.
Is it still 15 years later?
If it wasn't for that bastard.
Oh, it's unbelievable. So was it our friends, Ben Penis and Tony Gwynn Jr.?
Yes.
They had the National League All-Star Game manager, Dave Roberts, right?
Yes.
About anything good or no?
Guy, Dave Roberts, thank you for joining us today.
Hey, Gwenny, Ben, how you guys doing? Thanks so much for having me on.
Let's just jump right into it.
Enough bullshit, Dave. Let's fucking get going here. Okay?
It sounds almost like pre-recorded.
Right into it.
Does it really? It's weird.
Off to a red hot, I shouldn't even call it start anymore. We're almost halfway through the year. And they're rolling. Offensively, this team is as good as it gets. What have you seen from this ball club? Why has the start been so red hot? To get
what a stupid fucking question. I mean, really, what a dumb fucking question.
How do you do it?
Like that, I've been with these guys, like whether it's former athletes or guys, they're just not prepared at all. Like we got Dave Roberts. I'm sure he's friends and we probably play with him or whatever his dad did. He's like, all right, what do you want to do? We'll just talk we have no questions. Let's go. Like, by the way, what question would you have for Dave Roberts anyway?
Do you remember when, like, you were, because you had to do interviews like this when you were, do you remember when you were like, I'm just going to either tank the interview or ask him random shit or not do a straight interview?
Like at what point within the interview or?
No, like when in your career,
I'd say, it's like a year in or so.
Oh, really?
Of being with John and Jerry, I was like, it's boring. I know it's boring. It's funny, I was driving in this, every day when I drive in, I'll give my old show a shot at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'll say, if it's good, I'll stick with it for a segment. If it's not good, I'll bail. And it was this morning, and it was terrible.
I changed it.
It was awful, right? It was fucking
too,
terrible.
Yeah.
It was Mutt and my old producers, Chris Curtis and Ken Laird. I guess they were trying something experimental. I don't know. Jerry was out, and I could hear Mutt. I almost felt bad for him. We were still talking. I would have texted him. I could hear him trying.
You're not talking to Mutt anymore?
I'm not. He's not talking to me. He's not happy after the attack. He is. I've reached out over last week, and he hasn't reached back. He's mad. I shit all over him.
Has Jerry accepted your apology?
We texted a little bit.
Well, I talked to Mutt, and he was like, you should take things very personally.
I would think. Well, I don't blame him. I mean, I shit all over him. I said he shouldn't be in the business, and I don't think he should. I mean, I've told him that, whatever. But I heard him dying on the vine. I've been there, especially over the summers when the show sucks. That's the worst feeling in the fucking world. And you're like, oh, my God. I have to pretend this is good for another 3 hours and 46 minutes. Oof. It's hell. Anyway, so in the middle of these interviews, maybe 6 months in, we'd have him on all the time on the old show before I got to do my thing. They have 4 or 5 guests a show, and I thought they were just I just think guests suck. The guests like that.
Yeah.
Like Francis Ellis is a good guest.
But I guess what I meant, what did you do? Did you start asking just shit questions? Did you not participate in the interview?
We had Rodney Harrison on as a weekly guest, like the second or third year. And, of course, the program director's all excited. Everyone's all excited because he played for the Patriots, and they think it matters. And we had what's up? We got him ready to go?
We got Francis.
All right, give me 2 minutes here. Tell him beyond the 2 minutes. So we'd have Rodney Harrison. We'd have Rodney Harrison in, and he didn't know who we were. Like, he would do so many radio hits a week.
Right.
That he didn't know who we were. So I pretended like we were like really good friends. And he wasn't even in on that joke. So I was like, hey, we'll see you next week, pal. Miss you so much. And he would just, or dumb shit. Like, remember that time that we did, and he wouldn't even know he wouldn't even care.
Yeah, right.
And you get to that point, you're like, why are we, and everyone, and then, John and Jerry would be asking him real questions. I'm like, what
Mr. Harrison.
What are we doing? So at some point you just say, average guests like that suck. Like Dave Roberts is a shitty guest.
Right.
But big time whatever thinks it's a good guest because that's all they know.
He's in a big market.
Yeah, they don't look past that. They never look at like, well, is he interesting? Does he say anything good? No, he manages the team. It's just, it's fucking stupid.
It's odd, yeah.
Anyway, so we're going to talk to Francis here in a minute. And that'll be it for the show, or no? We're going to wrap up? What are we doing after that?
We'll do some wrap up. I mean, we're going to be here. You're going to talk with the guests that you're pre-taping.
Oh, true.
With.
Okay,
Yes.
so we're going to talk to Francis right now? Right now. Okay, good. When was the last time that you didn't have a job at all? I mean, are you technically, if somebody asks you now, are you unemployed?
I guess so. But it's more like a reversion to being a comedian. This is what things were like before I worked at Barstool, and I had to tutor to pay my bills and my rent and whatnot. And now I'm hoping that I can find income and a sustainable income through things that are a little more tangential to being a comedian. When
I lived in California in like 05, 06, I did some tutoring, some English tutoring, and these kids, even then, they're worse now, but they're sort of the beginning of the phone era, were the biggest assholes I ever dealt with, ever. They sucked. And they weren't dumb either. They were smart, but they were just lazy, and they were rich, and I fucking hated it. Like, that might be actually the worst job I ever had, was a part-time tutor, honestly.
Wow.
No? You had a different experience?
I mean, everyone always thought that was going to be the case, and they would ask me that. But I always found, and I think it was probably because of the network I cultivated, but like I had good families early on.
Yeah.
And then they would only really refer me to their friends. So I rarely ended up with horrible, horrible kids. But, I did have them. Here and there. I had a mom once who I think was trying to seduce me. She was big on yoga and Pilates, and she'd sort of flaunt that and then text me all the time. She was divorced. Right. So, I had sex with her. I didn't. I should have, but I didn't.
So this is really, I just want to ask you about your tutoring experience. I'm kind of done now. I have nothing else. We're good? Or I want to be a full investigation of yours. So walk me through that's somebody bringing into our place. So walk me through this. Obviously, we talked about it yesterday. Everyone's talking about it. Portnoy fires you Friday. Sort of go backwards, and I know you wrote about it, and you were pretty honest and candid, and it was a good read. So you see, does it work that you see the like on Instagram and you go from there?
I mean, yeah, it's a little more complicated, I guess.
Well, go ahead.
Basically, yeah. So on Friday morning, I was looking for stories to write about, and I saw this Mackenzie Lewick story, and that was actually the first time that I'd read about her. I didn't see the stuff that whole week about her. So the thing I saw was that she had liked an Instagram post, so her sorority sisters were active. And I know from working at Barstool for 2.5 years that blogs that have the word sorority sister and Instagram and, that sort of thing tend to do well. Those are kind of like viral words. And then I saw that she was a fan of Call Her Daddy. And then all the news sources I was reading were highlighting that she was on Seeking Arrangements and was on these sugar daddy dating websites. And it seemed like a story that had enough in it that people would want to read it. And it didn't really register with me that it was a missing person case. And especially given that what I was going off of was like the Instagram like, and then I read a headline from a few days earlier that said no foul play is suspected. And that was when I started reading it and writing it. And then I later read in the New York Post article that like they had changed that status to no comment or something. And I even admitted, I think in the blog that, it didn't look that good, but it was still in my mind a young lady that was going to turn up okay. And I think that was just, I don't know why that was the case for me. I guess I was just, betting on her. And unfortunately, it was a humongous, careless oversight on my part. It was very lazy. And it came off, of course, as being wildly inconsiderate. And, an hour after I published the blog, all of a sudden they had a murder suspect. And that was when I was like, oh God, I've made a horrible mistake.
How long was it up for, Francis? How long was the actual post online available?
Maybe an hour or two.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
Right. So what happens then? I mean, what happens then? We'll go back to the sort of mistakes you made and ask you about those, but what happens from just a Portnoy, Nardini perspective for you? So that happens. What happens between the suspect being arrested and Portnoy's video where you're getting fired? Who calls you? What's the conversation? How does it work?
Yeah, so I texted Erica because then I got an email from a guy at the Daily Beast who, was reaching out for reaching out for comment. Mm-hmm. And he was doing it in a way where you just know that
he's out to fuck you totally.
Things are about to happen for you.
Yep.
So I then texted Erica to let her know about what I had done. And then Dave reached out and said, what are you doing? And was pretty angry. I reached out to our editor-in-chief and he was like, why would you do that? And it kind of just snowballed from there. It kept getting worse and worse. I felt from the moment that I got the email that I might get fired. And I think we just kind of moved towards that as the day progressed. And that's ended up being, the case.
At any point, did you make a case for yourself to keep your job? Did you think, so when you wrote your thing on Friday night, you felt you deserved to be fired, it was justified, you understood that. Is that something you felt like you kind of had to write to appease Barstool? Do you think it was right that you were fired? Do you think maybe you should have been suspended? Or do you think that they made the right call?
Look, when you look back on it, I mean, it's ridiculous for me. Like
ridiculous that you did it.
That I did this,
yeah.
I mean, you have a responsibility as a writer at the company, and especially one who has the freedom to publish his or her own blogs, to be more careful. And you have the weight of however many 10,000, 100,000 eyeballs on your back that were brought to you by Dave Portnoy, by the people that built the company. And that is something that I did not take as seriously as I should have in this moment. And it's kind of a gift and a privilege, but it's also something that requires that you act like a fucking adult. And I don't know why I just really fell apart on this one, but that's what happened. I didn't even, sometimes you forget that people are even reading this stuff. And I chose a topic that was so far out of bounds, and any person with common sense would not have touched it. And I thought, I wonder how I can try to make this funny. And that was my mistake. That's what I did.
What I think hurt you more than the actual story itself is the headline. I think if the headline was different, you'd still have a job. It's a college student, fan of Call Her Daddy and Proud Sugar Baby, still missing, sorority sisters hopeful due to a recent Instagram activity. If you wiped out Proud Sugar Baby, I actually think you'd still have a job.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean
that's just.
Right.
Go ahead.
People who write at Barstool, people will know what I was trying to do.
Sure. Yeah, no, and obviously I've read you and I've read Barstool, but I'm just saying I can see where you're giving ammunition to the people who want to take Barstool down. A, and B, it's like you said, I've made a million stupid mistakes. It's just a stupid thing to write. B, but that sort of suggests that you're casting aspersions about her, fair or not, about her character while she's missing and now dead,
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't mean it that way.
No, I understand that.
What I was going for was to have people click on the blog.
Right.
Look at all the words in there. I mean, it is Instagram, sorority sisters,
Call Her Daddy,
Sugar Daddy, and Call Her Daddy. Like that to me was a grand. I hate to use this word, like a grand slam of clickbait. It was, 4 of the most sought after terms, I guess, on the company. And, you just follow this. I followed a formula that I knew, and I got lost in it. I became detached from the reality of the story.
How long is the process? So you see this thing, you see, you just walked me through it. You see the Instagram you read the thing in People. From when you start digging around to when you write the story, how long is that process? An hour, 2 hours till you post? I mean, from beginning to post, is that
maybe with this one, it was half an hour.
At any point during that process where you're did any part of you that had that? Because I've had that. You have that feeling in your stomach where you do something. God knows I've done it. Where you're like, geez, I could see how this person would see it this way. This person see it that way. Did that pit form in your stomach at all during this process?
I hate to say this, but I had convinced myself that she was all right. Yeah, and I thought I had covered my bases by what I had read about the Instagram like. And I'll tell you something, Kirk. There were, I hate to say this, there were actually a couple jokes in like an earlier version that I had written that I took out. I think I published the blog, and then like 10 or 20 minutes later, I went back and looked at it and thought, oh, you know what? You got to be a little more careful. And I took out a couple of those jokes. And I think that guy, Robert Silverman, found them somehow. And he's probably going to write another piece about me with those jokes included. But the jokes, as horrible as they are and sound, shed light on the truth, which is that I really thought she was alive. I wrote some joke about like, let's hope that she's on a yacht somewhere with an older man, sailing the high seas. That's how I like to picture her, at least. And then it was like, she's a fan of Call Her Daddy. I hope that when she comes back to do her I'm Okay tour, like her press tour, we can put her in a Degrade Me sweatshirt, which is like their signature piece of merch. And it speaks to this, crazy assumption I had come to that she was perfectly fine.
Yeah, I hate, I hate judging what's funny, what's not funny, telling comedians what they can write, can't write, firing people for speech. The only thing I would say is it seems to me to be like a unbelievable miscalculation that you would think, that you would just assume that she was okay. I mean, obviously you're saying that, but it just seems like unbelievably for you to think, oh, she's going to be fine, I'll write this. I'm not sure how you got to that point in your head. That's all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just does. I'm not we've contacted very briefly. You seem like a very nice guy. I could tell you feel terrible. You made this mistake and you're taking your punishment for it and you've been good about it. But I look at it, I'm like, Jesus, how, you read it and you're like, how does this, it's kind of classic. And I've been there. What was he thinking sort of scenario? And nobody, there's nobody you talk to from writing it to sending it, right? You have full control at that point. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, it's easy, I think, to look back now and say, what on earth were you doing? How did you not see the writing on the wall? Why weren't you paying attention? All of that. And I don't have an answer for that. I can tell you definitively that if people think I was writing a blog to shame a girl that I thought was dead, like that's so.
Yeah, I think the professional Barstool haters will write that or say that they don't think that. I don't think any reasonable person thinks that. I think a reasonable person who's in the middle, who doesn't love Barstool or hate Barstool and sees the story, I think their only reaction is like, Jesus, like, how did he not allow for the possibility that, she's not okay?
Yeah, I think maybe a part of it is that I have always strived to find humor in difficult places.
What was your job?
But especially early when I first started, I would write about dark topics, and that was an area that I wanted to mine in a way. And whether it was, I don't know, just like finding some kind of light in really dark things and dark humor was something I gravitated towards. And I'd gotten away from it. I hadn't done it in a long time. And then this, to me, I thought because of the Call Her Daddy connection and the Instagram post, all that stuff, it seemed like, in my mind, I built my own case for it being okay to write.
Yeah, I think No, I understand. Like I said, it's I talked to Portnoy. Before I introed you here, I said that we had messaged yesterday and you had said you didn't think it'd be okay with Portnoy. I thought it probably would be. So I called him, and we talked for a few minutes, and it was okay. But he had a couple of reactions. He was basically said in the video, you're a talented guy, which I agree with, who made a mistake. You feel terrible about it. I think that's not even disputable. All true. One of the criticisms he had of you, and again, I'm sort of on this bubble outside of the real Barstool world, was that you care more about your own brand than you care about Barstool. And I feel like he didn't say this, but I feel like that's, in his mind, was almost a tiebreaker. Whereas if somebody who had been there forever and was an original wrote this, they probably wouldn't get fired. But he looks at you as a guy who was using Barstool for your own brand first. A, do you think that's fair? And B, do you agree with that?
I mean, I don't know. Look, I don't even know if it matters.
I'm just curious. Yeah. Well, I'm like any of it.
I don't have a job ananymore. I don't have health care. I don't have a direct deposit hitting my account every 2 weeks. Like, if people think that means I acted in the interest of my own career, I don't know. It doesn't seem like. I think
he just meant overall. I don't think he meant this story even specifically, Francis. I think he just meant overall. And again, I talked to him for 4 minutes. It seemed to me that his reaction was he was a guy who worked at Barstool. He wasn't a Barstool guy, and I don't even know what that means because I think I'm sort of the same way. But I didn't know if you felt that way or what.
Yeah, sure, but what does that even mean? I mean, I worked hard. I wasn't going to get a tattoo of Barstool on my chest.
Right.
But I showed up every day. I did my radio show every day for a year before Large came in. It was every morning. I don't know really, aside from my work ethic and my dedication professionally, what more did they want from me? Aside from, just an understanding of the privilege that comes with the job. So I don't think Dave resents me for being interested in my own self and furthering my own career. And I think that as Barstool continues to grow, if you're going to attract talented people, especially in the world of comedy, you look at the Michael Rappaport example, it's like, would that guy have joined Barstool if he thought it wasn't going to help him too? Probably not.
Right.
Because he's, far be it for me to compare myself to Michael Rappaport, but that's the world we live in, and I think outside of the people who have equity at the company, I don't know if there's a paycheck available to make you become a diehard Barstool, through and through, take a bullet for the company type guy. I don't know.
What I find interesting is something you said there too. We talked about it on the podcast yesterday. Is now we're sort of in this world, and Barstool. Part of the reason I jumped here from my old place was I have way more freedom still. I can basically say whatever I want versus where I am before. But now we're at the point where comedians are getting fired for writing things that, whether you think they're funny or not or appropriate or not, Barstool is now going to fire a comedian if he writes something that they think is distasteful. That would not have happened 10 years ago. That wouldn't have happened 12 years ago. Wouldn't have happened probably 4 years ago. So now we're in the world where I don't know where this freedom is anymore. Unless you go on your own, you have your own subscription service, and you say to everybody, go fuck yourself. Like now, if Barstool's doing this, and again, whether it's justified or not, it's a different argument. We're definitely in an entirely different place now.
Yes, I agree with that. And I think that you also have to know that as a writer, you're basically putting your career on the line with every single thing you write. And
Correct.
It shouldn't be that hard to stay away from the line.
Well, I don't know though, but okay, but you say that, and I agree. Look, this is clearly, if there's a line, we know this is over. But what do we know what the line is 3 months from now or 6 months from now? If you make an innocent joke that pisses off X over there or Y over there, I don't think we know that anymore. I know I've gotten in trouble with it in the past, and you've gotten in trouble with it before even this. This to me are obviously fine, clear violation. But this line is, we're now in the point where we're starting to shame comedians who are telling jokes. Like, this is a very, very, very strange time in history.
Well, maybe so.
No? Do you agree with that or no?
Well, I'd be curious to hear your opinion. Like, do you think that I was a comedian making jokes, or do you think I was a negligent employee who abused his platform?
Both. I think both. You're a comedian who you are paid to be, write funny stuff and interesting stuff and stuff to get clicks and stuff to draw reaction. And I think you went too far. And as I said yesterday, I would have suspended you for X amount of weeks, and I would have docked your pay and donated that pay to some foundation. And I would have said, here's an example of the line. But that being said, knowing that 6 months from now, what if you write something else that I don't find offensive, that Dave doesn't find offensive, but X brand finds offensive, or Y brand, and they raise a stink? Like, now you've sort of set a precedent where, if this happens, we can now punish this person. I think it's a dangerous time where speech, whether it's appropriate or inappropriate, I think it's okay sometimes to say something inappropriate. And now we're afraid, by we, I mean the culture, to say anything. We're all walking around on eggshells. And that, to me, hurts. It inarguably hurts comedy.
Right. Well, I don't know that Dave would have. I trust that Dave and Erica can evaluate transgressions on a case-by-case basis.
No, I agree with that.
And I don't think that Dave fired me as a response to, the outcry over what I did.
No,
I think he fundamentally believed that I had done something quite inhumane, and really wrong.
Agreed.
That it was an anathema to Barstool and not something we do here. And he was confounded as to how I could have done this, whether comedically or not.
Did you make a? I might have asked you this earlier. I'm sorry if I did. Did you make a case to him? Did you say, "Hey, this, and this," or was it just
no?
You're done. Yeah, it's over.
I knew it was over. I didn't. I didn't even. I totally respected his decision. I was not surprised by it. By that point, it was clear. And also, sorry, I can't remember what I was about to say.
Is there part of you? That's okay. Is there part of you that feels pissed off that you gave ammunition? Forget the fact that you feel awful that you wrote this and that there's a part of you. It's like, gee, now I'm giving these fucking assholes who want to hate us, who say that we hate women, who say that we hate this and that. I'm giving these assholes more ammunition.
No,
I
don't. I don't care about that.
Okay,
I don't. I never really had a huge problem with the Deadspins or the, certainly not the Washington Post. I mean, a number of these news outlets that covered it were relatively fair in doling out their story of me. I thought the Daily Beast was ridiculous.
So absurd. We talked about it yesterday. So absurd.
For him to use the term slut shaming, I was not something that I had ever thought of, and that's offensive. Like, and I'm not trying to spin this against him, but that wasn't something that I don't think most people who read my blog would have come up with.
Well, that's somebody who had an agenda before he had the story, and then wrote around that agenda. Like he just wanted to write it and just jam shit in there and.
Right. He called me a homophobe for writing a satirical blog about my sexual fantasies for Frankie. And that's been a running joke. I don't know how you call someone a homophobe for joking about how much he wants to have sex with another man. I think that was a storyline or a joke that I had developed over many blogs, and who knows? So that was, I get it. He's got a job to do. I don't resent him. It is what it is.
What's next? What's going on? I imagine you've been, I'm sure Friday, Saturday. Go ahead.
Yeah. What I would say is this, to the point you were making earlier about the slippery slope, and that's something we hear a lot in comedy. I was encouraged by this, Kirk. Yeah. I felt as if people were able to differentiate between my mistake and the mistakes of other people whose jobs have been, canceled or whatever over the last couple of years. For a long time, the hysteria and the uproar over the Me Too movement all of that stuff, people messing up at their jobs. It didn't seem to me like we were evaluating on a case-by-case basis. And then this thing happened, and it wasn't a public cry for my head. Not everybody wanted me to suffer the same fate of somebody who had done something worse before me. And I think I saw the executive producer of Ellen DeGeneres' show tweeted it at me, and he said, you don't seem like a bad guy. I believe your apology. There was a writer for the New York Times who tweeted something similar. So that to me was encouraging because it made me think, okay, we're not losing sight of the fact that people in the public eye who put work out there are fallible. And in no way am I defending or trying to ask for forgiveness. I'm not going to ask for forgiveness for what I did, maybe to the family. But I think it's also, it's good to know that people aren't summarily slamming the professional door in my face and every professional door from here on out.
That's good. And what I saw was sort of the usual on both extremes. The people who love you and love Barstool immediately defended. And then the people on the other side who were the extreme hate Barstool, ripped right away. And it did seem in the middle there was a little conversation, which you're right, in this world is different. I think a big part of it was, A, Portnoy came out and said, this is what we're doing. And B, you came out and gave your statement as opposed to the usual back and forth. And I thought it was handled, whether you agree with the punishment or not, I thought the punishment was too harsh, but it was handled properly.
Right. Right. I think at the end of the day, people forget that this is a job. It's a professional workplace, and and I lost it. And fundamentally, I am out of a job that I had relied on, that I had loved and looked forward to for 2.5 years. And to turn that into a major piece of content might not be, it's not exactly what Barstool does necessarily. Not every person who leaves Barstool has to be thrown into the fire or whatever. I think Dave and Erica appreciated what I had done in my time there, and their hands were tied.
Is there any part of you that thinks, and I talked to Portnoy about this a little bit yesterday, and he didn't really have an opinion one way or another, just paying attention the last few weeks more than I even had before, and the whole thing, the dumb thing with the Dunkin' Donuts shirts and dressing up. Do you think there's sort of a casual nature around Barstool that is a great reason for success, but also sometimes almost lures you into thinking that you're not really working when you do stuff like that, or no?
Maybe. But if anyone loses sight of that, it's on them.
Sure. Yeah. No, I understand that. But I just think I can see that. It seems very, when you watch the videos and you pay attention, you talk to people, it seems, in my experience, it's not like any other place you've ever worked before. And I think sometimes there's almost that false sense of, hey, we're just dicking around. This isn't a real place. You're right. I mean, you're an adult. It's up to you ultimately. But that does exist, I think.
For sure. Absolutely. I agree with that. But I don't know if it really has much bearing on the mistake I made.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So what are you going to? So obviously you've had a couple of days. I feel like your head's above water now. What's next? What's going forward here?
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to continuing to build. And I have an idea for a podcast that I'd like to start in the coming couple weeks. I'm excited about that. I don't really want to push it because I don't want to seem like I'm profiting off of my mistake in any way. But I will be, moving forward in this industry, and I look forward to, hoping to stay in touch and have people follow my work. This is what I love to do. I was a comedian before I worked at Barstool. I was a comedian the whole time that I worked there, and I will continue to do stand-up always. I'm going to start my podcast. I'll probably write in some form. And it'd be fun for me, I think, to try to write a book and maybe see if I can get to some of the things that I didn't think I could do because of the demands of our job.
Will you be recording this podcast during your breaks at Panera, while you're working there, or how is that going to work exactly?
Kirk, I don't know if you're aware of my financial situation, but I will not be working at Panera.
Things are good.
Anytime soon.
Things are good.
I'm doing okay.
Good.
Yeah.
What do you have any stand-up lined up or no?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Good.
I'll be at Bananas Comedy Club in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey from August 2nd to August 3rd that weekend. Zany's Nashville, September 26th. And keep an eye out for my podcast.
Good.
Check it out. Everything at francisellis.com.
Good. And if you're ever in Boston, swing by. We'll have you in here, and it'll be a little lighter, I think, next time.
Of course.
And again, like we talk, listen. Everybody fucks up. You know that. Everybody fucks up. This happens, right?
For sure. Hey, listen, Kirk. Not for nothing. I don't know that this is the last time I'm going to be fired in this career.
Oh, I no question. By the way, I personally don't think it's the last time you're going to work at Barstool. Maybe you disagree with that. I think you'll be back a year from now. I said this yesterday. You'll be back at Barstool.
I don't know. I can't even get my head around that right now. That's not something I'm going to bet on because I do stand behind their decision to do what they did. So if I start, look. I can play the hypothetical game all day long. Like, what if she had turned up alive? Would I be in as much trouble? I don't know. What if I had changed the title? What if I hadn't, included the shots from the Instagram account? None of it really matters. In order for me to move forward and to be healthy about this decision and what happened.
Yeah, you just say you fucked up and move on.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. That's all you can do.
All right. Well, I'm sure we'll catch up to you soon. Hang in there.
Thanks, Kirk. Take care,
Francis.
brother.
Talk to you,
Thanks
buddy.
for having me.
Thanks,
Bye.
man. See you. All right. How long was that?
What about 35 minutes?
All right. Go. You guys could hear it? Yeah?
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Any other thoughts, Mike? We're doing a show here, Mike.
Kirk, you did a great job.
I'm just curious,
I think Francis is handling it just about as well as he possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're not going to, we were just saying, we were setting this up again. Like, you're not going to joke. It's just not a spot for that. Is he rich or something? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Oh,
So the joke is that his parents are rich.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So I don't know. Okay.
Went to Harvard.
I knew that, yes.
Most Maine kids who go to Harvard are usually on a scholarship.
That's true. I thought... Well, I think my biggest takeaway was he just didn't bite on any opportunity to rip. And I actually genuinely think he knows he fucked up and is, like what the fighting back for him in that situation. I wonder privately if part of him thinks, I should have been suspended. They didn't have my back. Barstool's changed. But you can't go on the air. There's no upside to that, I guess.
Well, that's why I thought he shouldn't have been fired, because I think he's a guy that genuinely knows he fucked up.
He's not some idiot.
Yeah, if you listen to a lot of his stuff, he's pretty level-headed on these type of issues.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought this seems like a weird guy to fire, because he's not just some asshole that's going to go around saying wild shit all the time.
What I think is interesting is you can tell, like you say, he went to Harvard. Not that makes you bright. Ted Kennedy went to Harvard. But he went to Harvard sort of, on his own merit. He's a bright kid. How you can be that smart, I'm having a hard time reconciling with the idea that you wouldn't allow for a chance that she's dead is strange.
Yeah.
Like that's,
but
I have to admit, like I wouldn't have fired him. So I'm coming from that place. Like while he's working on it and processing it, I've been there, not like that, but I've done things where I know when I'm doing it, you have that feeling like, oh, this could lead to this, which could lead to this, which could lead to this. I can't believe he didn't at least somewhere think, geez, this might be an issue.
But I get what he meant when he said, I convinced myself she was alive, because for whatever reason, he wanted to write that blog.
Well, I think that's
so
it.
In his mind, he was like, oh, she's fine. Not that, like, he's like,
how
she's got to be alive.
Okay, but
it's just in his mind,
but
that's
intellectually
what he
walk me. So she's been missing for 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And somebody likes something on Instagram.
Right.
You've watched 48 Hours, you've watched Dateline, you've read books, you've seen documentaries. This girl is not alive.
Right, it doesn't necessarily mean
statistically, she's almost certainly dead.
Isn't there an element of it, though, when you're focused that much on dark humor? Your stand-up special, you're talking about sucking Harvey Weinstein's dick to get your screenplay sold. When you're trapped in that kind of dark, sick humor, doesn't it desensitize you to some of these things?
I mean, but this is purely like mathematics. Like, the odds are that she's not going to make it.
Yeah,
but I mean, we still make O.J. Simpson jokes.
Wait, do we make Nicole Brown Simpson jokes that night?
Right.
That's true.
I mean, do we make them a week
do you
later?
make jokes about my girlfriend the night before I've got to do a podcast?
Exactly.
There
weren't a lot of jokes about chopping Nicole's head off June 18th, 1994, or whatever it was. Like, and by the way, there aren't a lot of jokes like that now, but OJ jokes are funny now, like Lincoln jokes are like that's how it works. By the way, jokes about this woman, this poor girl will never be funny.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, so that's sort of my thing is it's in a weird spot, and I thought it was interesting. I was almost giving him one where I was like, this comedy thing, and he wouldn't bite. He's like, I don't know, do you think this is really comedy? And I sort of do, because they're not paying Francis from Barstool to be like a serious news reporter. There has to be humor involved.
Yeah, and I think he, for whatever reason, well, like he said, the combination of those things equal clicks for Barstool. So he really wanted to write that blog, and it turned out to be a dumb thing. I think that got in the way of his foresight that maybe this isn't that funny, or maybe it's too soon. Maybe I shouldn't say anything.
The great story would have been if she had been found
alive.
And 3 years later, 2 years, whatever, she's back and ready to be part of.
Yeah.
She's on with those girls and she's having a good time and laughing and showing up Barstool and saying, "Oh, that." Then you have you have to know. So, but what I find is, what's interesting to me is I've come to this place now and I'm enjoying it, and they've left us totally alone. But now, are there rules at Barstool that didn't exist? I don't know. 6 weeks ago now?
Well, I was interested to listen to that, because I wonder if people at Barstool will be like, fuck this guy, he's saying we're sensitive now. Like, now
me?
I wonder, because you were kind of questioning them for firing him a lot more than Francis was. So I wonder if Barstool's going to have a problem with that.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
They could, I guess. I don't know. But I'm just sort of, but what am I going to sit there and agree with him? Be like, I'm just sort of saying,
no, I like that you did it. I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to figure out where they're at now, because this was something I've seen it. I've worked at places where a big fuck up can lead to over sensitivity.
Although someone corrected me on Twitter yesterday, I said that
you
I don't
and Twitter,
think,
man.
I don't think. It gave me.
Did you have a good tweet yesterday?
Someone pointed out that I said I think Francis is the first guy that got fired for a joke, and Spags, I guess, a guy that used to work there, got fired for making a joke about Rihanna being fat or something like that. It's a much different situation, but there's precedent, I guess.
So I was traveling. So what happened? I remember I was on a trip somewhere, and I kind of half paid attention to the Rappaport thing. What specifically happened?
I thought he just picked a fight with
There's still
Portnoy.
a lawsuit pending,
He
I think?
started going after Smitty because Smitty made fun of him, and then it became a whole thing. I don't remember what specifically
Did it get super
set
personal or
Rappaport
something?
off.
Or?
I think Smitty made jokes, and then Rappaport got super personal.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, hold on a second. I've got something from thebiglead.com, whatever the hell that is. Michael Rappaport was fired this morning from Barstool Sports. Rappaport repeatedly accused the blogger Adam Smith of juicing in advance of his victory in a rough and rowdy on Friday.
Jesus Christ.
And had
this
a
is what
back
I mean.
and forth
Like,
with
I'm not
blogger
interested
Kevin
in,
Clancy.
I'm happy to be on an island sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's Smitty.
Oh, he accused Clancy of adultery.
I don't think that's really an accusation, but
it was true.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, okay, he got fired for that?
Well, then I know the last thing I know he did is he took over the Barstool Twitter. Like, he went on live on Periscope from Barstool's Twitter and said, "Hey, Portnoy, you dumb fuck! How do you not change your Twitter?"
It was. He just got really bitchy.
That's what I remember. But I don't know if he was already fired by then or not. Yeah.
Jesus. So he just sounds like but again, like I think when you hire lunatics sometimes and they do lunatic things, I'm not really sure.
You gotta expect.
I don't know what you really expect.
I think he showed up at Barstool thinking that he was like Jesus, basically.
Right.
Walked in and was like, I'm the biggest fucking
We
thing
had
you guys
Rappaport
have.
on my old show once or twice. I found him not entertaining.
No, he's not
particularly.
He's
boorish
okay.
and loud. And did he get in trouble for slapping around his girlfriend years ago?
Oh, I don't know.
Or stalking her or something? Look that up. I'm not getting any legal trouble. Look up Michael Rappaport, Lily Taylor. The actress Lily Taylor, I think her name is. See if I'm right. I'm just out of curiosity.
He's a good actor, but at some point,
a little one-note, I think.
At some point, he thought he was a comedian, I guess, also. Which
it's funny. I'm actually reading at a blog called BarstoolSports.com.
Okay.
Did you know Michael Rappaport was once sentenced in a court of law for harassing a woman?
Lily Taylor, the actress, right?
They put up a picture of him, and he looks like he's got a cold sore.
Yeah, okay. So I don't know if I don't think he was a physical toward her, but yeah, he stalked her. I forget, some weird story. So I don't know, but you hire people like that, and you hire people like Johnny Manziel, who slap. I don't know. I think sometimes when you hire people and they do dumb things, the onus in some way also has to fall on you.
Well, what's the joke that's going to get you fired?
I don't know. I'm starting to think that they're not going to be happy with me after
this episode, yeah.
Which is fine. I don't care. I'll do something like that. But I actually think that what I like about them, what I like about us, Barstool, is that I'm allowed to have this conversation. Yeah. I'm allowed to have this conversation, and they can disagree with me, and they can think I'm an asshole, and they can say you don't understand the whole story, this, and this, and I don't, and I'm coming in saying I don't. I just think it's interesting when you start firing comedians for even being way off color, way off base, and way inappropriate. So then that part of your brain that wants to go that way now has to start wondering, should I do it? Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
No, that makes sense. Yeah. I think that this conversation, the one you had with Francis, is good for Barstool, the broader audience, because there are all kinds of conspiracy theories brewing on the Barstool Reddit about why Francis was fired
because of the shirts and shit like that.
Oh, there's just all kinds of wild shit. But I think when they hear Francis, they'll say, "Oh no, we're hearing it right." This was Francis's opportunity.
The conspiracy people won't. They'll say he just came on.
Yeah, there's
some maybe,
that,
but these people are fucking. Some of these people are nuts.
Did you see any of those on Reddit? I know you follow the Barstool Reddit closer.
I know the conspiracy theories I saw were like that because of Portnoy's rattled from the HBO thing, which I don't think is true.
I thought what I kept reading or hearing was Portnoy had a hard on to fire somebody this week.
Well, that might be true because he mentioned it. He said people might need to get fired.
Right, but I do believe, and I talked to him yesterday, and I brought this up. He's like, look, if this happened 5 weeks ago, he was going to get. This is a fireable. I don't think any reasonable person, even Mike and I, who think he should have been suspended. This is a fireable offense.
It's not crazy that he got.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be
compared to the things that other people have gotten fired for. I can believe this.
Like you firing MHB this morning is a weird move. Like a DEC is an overreaction,
right?
And fat shaming, frankly.
Right? Yeah, it was insensitive of me, and I apologize.
Any other takeaways from it, boys? You listened to the whole thing.
No, I liked it a lot, and I think this will. I think a lot of people that don't know who you are will be interested in this because I think it's a good example of who you are, kind of giving people.
Well,
a voice.
What you get, Mike, here is I'll give you a little long form too. My voice will change. It's more conversational. There's no yelling, screaming, no dick jokes, no fucking around.
I couldn't interject with my thoughts about his comedy special.
Well, I saw the blind Mike. Blind Mike will get this thing where he kind of rises a little bit during the conversation. Like, I have a thought. Like, I have something I want to say.
Did I do that?
He did a couple of those.
Yeah. Because in my head, I was definitely doing that.
Well,
but
I didn't
know if I was physically doing it.
With you and him, it's more like comedians in cars getting coffee, though. Just a couple legends,
two peers,
two guys who've really earned their bones in the comedic world.
Yeah.
I think my takeaway is that if I had to do it all over again, I'd just have family money, just inherit a bunch of money.
It is nice. Yeah. By the way, I have that. And think of I'm still working like a dog. I mean, I'm going to work 6 hours this week. It's not right. It's not right. Does he have holy shit money?
That's what they say. I don't know if it's a bit, but
so kind of like with me, it was always a bit.
I genuinely don't know. So.
Right. Yeah. But it's nice to have. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not the worst thing to have. You know that, Mike.
I don't.
I mean, your dad is gonna leave you so much.
He's got that blind money. You know, there's this big trust fund that all the blind people get a cut.
How much money do you get for tax purpose for being blind?
How much money do you get from us just because you're blind?
Yeah,
or pretend to be blind?
From you, zero. $355. I guess.
Is that what you get a check a month?
No, that's what I get for my art.
That's true. What do you get for the government? Do you get a monthly?
A few $100.
A few $100 a month?
Yeah.
For being blind? That
seems like it should be more.
That's a bad trade-off. Why did you agree to that deal? Why did you agree to be blind for $200
Well, I said, it'll be in the long run. People can make fun of me, and it'll be
$2,000 a year.
I'll just get $2,000.
You slapped your eyes down on the table, and you were like, "Fuck it, I need a hit."
But I do think, he was good, and he's right in that I mean, I don't know, producer from Ellen, I don't know anything about that, but I was surprised that there was a middle ground on this, and I do wonder when. Are we okay with time or no? Yeah. I do wonder when that middle ground starts getting louder, where people start saying, and this is not going to be because what he wrote was not defensible. But where's that tipping point where you start saying, and I know Rogan talks about this a lot, where you start saying, well, wait a minute, can we joke about shit or no? To me, I have a lot of. We started the show talking about Molly Woodstock, and I actually have sympathy for her or him or they or whatever they've gone through in their lives to get to that point. Mental illness, God knows, I have a lot of sympathy for that. I haven't talked about it a lot yet on this podcast. I will at some point. But at what point can you sort of say, we can joke around with them and they can joke around with us, and we're kind of, let's use humor here as sort of a bridge in the middle of all this fucking insanity.
I mean, you have to.
Right? Yeah, but you can't.
But you have to. That's the only thing that works to kind of work through some of these issues.
I don't know.
Right?
For example, a totally old example. And I won't even use the word. But there was a skit on SNL, and I think it was the first season. Must have been because Chevy Chase was on. Pryor was the host. And have you seen this skit before, where he's applying for a job, Pryor?
I'm trying to think.
And they're doing word association.
Does he use a synonym for parsimonious?
I don't even know what that means. But they go back and forth, and it's word association. Chase is interviewing him, and it starts out flower, and then it gets a little edgier and edgier and edgier and edgier. They get angrier and angrier, and Chase calls Pryor the C word for a black person.
On TV?
Yes,
on
NBC. And
Pryor, okay.
Yes, And Pryor says honky. And then Chase pauses and says the N-word. And Pryor says dead honky. And it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It would be impossible. Now,
Could
by the
never
way,
do it.
the point of it is to show, like, you know, the how stupid it is to say those words. Like, it's mocking.
And Pryor probably wrote it or had something to do with the writing.
He was on it. He didn't care. I mean, fucking Pryor wrote Blazing Saddles. Like, trust me. He did.
Right.
Pryor's not, I don't think he was uncomfortable using that word.
Right.
Or having other people use it. Or like All in the Family. Like, you could not have we saw All in the Family on again this year. Obviously, it was terrible. But you can't do that. It's weird that it's gone in a weird way forwards, but in a weird way backwards, too, where now you can't even, like, if you have these thoughts, if you have this conversation, if things make you uncomfortable, fuck it. Put them over here, put them over there, and let's just bury them. Like, it's not, it's just unhealthy.
And it's also the people that are like, Barstool people were not offended by that blow. I mean, some might have been, but at their core, most Barstool fans were like, "You crossed the line," but it was fine.
Stupid. It was. I think, like, wanted to have his job or not, it was stupid.
Yeah, but the people that were outraged don't read Barstool. So why is it never like, let them have their thing, we have our thing that we like, and it's fine. They just never do that.
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, you're right, but it's just a strange time. And again, the only thing, my biggest takeaway is, I can't reconcile how a smart guy, clearly a smart guy, you heard him for the last half hour if you hadn't heard him before, can think that she was definitely safe. And I think you're right, Mike.
He convinced himself. He wanted it to be true.
Like, in a weird way, like the Daily Beast writer who had his ending already and wrote around it, just because he hates Barstool.
Well, that's one of the biggest things that I think came out of your interview with Francis is him saying that there's an earlier draft that has even raunchier jokes that he thinks the Daily Beast has gotten a hold of.
Yeah, well,
that'll be bad.
And by the way, there may be a chance that I don't know this. Portnoy didn't say it to me. Erica didn't say it to me. They might have known that too, right?
Yes.
So, and it sounds like one of the jokes was that he hopes that she was on a yacht with some old guy or something.
Yeah, he said that in there.
Yeah, like, it's just like, that's, you know, again, like, am I offended by that joke? I am not. Can I see how it can look really bad? Of course. Like, by the way, I don't own the company.
Well, also, when was the last time you were offended?
I was offended by the thing about Mike's girlfriend's toenail. Like,
well, we all were.
I mean, that was offensive.
That was over the line on all fronts.
I mean, first of all, I've seen her. Focus on the fucking mustache, which is just disgusting. Like, I mean, what the fuck, right? No, am I wrong or no?
Yeah, she's a lovely girl.
I'm sure she's very attractive.
What's her name? Melania?
Oh, yeah, close.
We're gonna have to get her in here.
Alba.
Yeah.
Alba.
We're have to get her.
Will Alba come in here or no?
No.
Alba the
There's
Albanian?
no chance of that.
No.
Alba has to be 100% made
When she
up.
breaks up with you, would she come on?
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, good. Fine. What were you gonna say? In fact, what?
Oh, she won't even come on like my dumb podcast. So this she definitely wouldn't.
Okay, she won't. You know, why would she go on your podcast?
She just doesn't like. She doesn't want that kind of attention.
Does she have a good sense of
She
humor?
does not want attention drawn to her.
She has a very good sense of humor.
Inappropriate. She's born in America, right?
No, born in Albania, but
born in Albania.
Moved here when she was like
thick 12. She's like Moroso.
Oh, so does she have an accent?
No, not at all. Okay. You wouldn't know if you met her. Yeah.
You still haven't met her parents?
No.
You meet nobody's parents.
Yours, I know, mine, anyone else's.
You ever met a parent before other than me? Am I the first parent?
No, I've
Is
never
Harry
met
the
your
first
parents
kid you ever been around? See, that's hurtful. Why would you say that?
I would say you're more like an uncular figure around here. You're like kind of like the Jerry Sandusky for Blind Mike and I.
In many ways, yeah.
I'm starting to feel old. Like, but not like Steve's like this young hip guy either. By the way, I mean, this guy wears jean shorts and is
What the fuck is this all
words
about?
Like penticular or something.
Penticular. What the fuck? What the fuck is this
How do you
jean
say that
shorts thing
backwards?
about?
By the way,
Penticular. If I'm spelling it right, it would be Kitnap.
Okay, there you go. So, all right, so that's Francis, and I thought, interesting. I'd be curious for your feedback. I'm sure a lot of people will listen to it today. I think it's his first real. I wonder where this.
He did Theo Vaughn.
Okay, nobody cares about Theo Vaughn.
Just telling you.
Fuck Theo Vaughn.
That's what he was. Francis was bragging to me about doing Theo Vaughn's podcast.
Did you say? Oh yeah. Well, we had Eric Erickson retweet us. So checkmate, asshole. What do you think? Do you think his podcast is going to be like about this world or something? I don't know.
No. I bet it would
more comedy.
I guess maybe like a Harvard thing.
I would think he would combine comedy with some sort of a cerebral. Maybe he's a kind of a political guy, so maybe something like that.
Oh, we need another one of those. Like
Right.
Are there any good podcasts with comedians? I'm not talking about Rogan, but where they just bullshit about comedy. Pete Holmes has one, right?
Oh, there's a million. No, Pete Holmes talks about like in depth, like your mental health and that type of shit.
Doesn't every comedian Rogan has on have their own comedy podcast?
It seems like it.
Tom Segura's podcast is strictly just like funny videos and shit like that.
I just want I want life stories, like life on the road. I love when comedians talk about like the old fucking days. Like Kevin Pollak had a podcast for a while. He had Paul Reiser on. It was a fucking great episode. They talked about like staying in motels in Middle America in like 82.
Yeah.
Like I like shit like that.
So these are like newer comedians, so I don't know if you would like them, but Tuesdays with Stories is like that, where it's like a storytelling show.
I would listen to that
on the road.
I would listen to that. Podcast.
You'd have to kind of get into it because there's a lot of
Inside
Seinfeld
stuff.
references and inside jokes and shit like that.
The new comedians hate Seinfeld, right or no?
Oh, they like Seinfeld. They love Seinfeld, but a lot of them shit on Seinfeld. Yeah.
Well, Seinfeld's gotten grumpy.
Well, yeah, Andy does a lot of the same shit he's done for
he's gotten
30
very
years.
but he's gotten very like Jerry Lewis, where he's like wagging his finger at younger kids. Like,
Jerry's got a point about not being able to do comedy on college campuses.
Yeah, I'm sure that affects Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, but still, it's as a leader in comedy, that's something for him to point out that comedians can't make jokes on college campuses.
I don't think Seinfeld's suffering a lot from that.
Jerry Seinfeld's free speech
What's up
crusader.
with this meal plan? Why is it an RA?
They're like, Jerry, take it. Come on, Jerry, please.
Jerry, people throw cement at you. By the way, before we'll go here quick.
Oh, we got somebody hanging out.
Who's that?
Behind you.
A Cullinane?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll take our time then. We're in no rush. How about our Straight Pride Parade guys yesterday, huh?
I didn't catch up with
you
them.
Didn't see the story yesterday?
No, I was busy making promos.
These are the guys, they had the fucking hazmats out in Woburn and in Malden, and they claimed that they were getting death threats and attacks.
In the Bolorama parking lot?
You didn't see this? Look this up.
Holy
Read the
fuck.
story.
No,
it turns out, of course, it was total, not real. There was,
they seem like guys who might seek that kind of stuff.
I'm not. I don't want to get another lawsuit. But it's
the people who attacked him were charged with hate crimes.
The story, but the one yesterday, the story seemed very clean. Like it seemed very neat, and it seems like the letter had glitter in it. They thought the glitter was. Look this up. So we're gonna have these guys on here soon. All right. So you're done, Steve, huh?
Yes.
You're done till when?
I'll be back on July 26th.
I'll be back on July 26th. What day is that?
That'll be a Friday. I'll get in Friday night. So July 29th will be my
so
first day
show
back.
For 27 days?
Yes.
That's 4 weeks.
We'll miss you.
Well, it's 3 weeks.
Well, 28 days is 4 weeks. So
well, I mean, we're off for the end of this.
I'm saying. For 4 weeks, 4 weeks we'll not be doing the show. I've never heard of anybody taking this break along in radio. Not even me. I used to have 7 weeks vacation.
Well, except for the 8 months you just took off.
That's true. I was getting paid for it.
It's not an entirely paid vacation. Most of it is unpaid. I worked out a deal with Erica, but of course, I mean, this was all scheduled.
Hey, I hear you, brother.
The tickets were also right. This was all scheduled long before we even started talking about doing it.
I understand. So what are you looking forward to this trip?
I'm starting to. I think it's a once in a lifetime experience. You're going to see Netherlands.
Keep saying that. You can
Brussels.
do it. You can do it in like 20 years. You're 30 years.
Yeah, but then I'm all out of breath. I've got diabetes.
You can do it in 5 years. He doesn't have kids.
I can't walk around.
I said he could do it in 5 years. He doesn't have kids.
Well, he'll have kids in 5 years. I would.
That's the whole idea. Is you do the Europe trip and then you have kids.
Is your plan here to? If I don't want to be too personal.
Maybe we're going to make some kids in Europe.
I was going to say I don't want to be too personal. I don't want to upset anybody. But
are they still U.S. citizens if you conceive them in Italy? Okay, yeah. No, that's fine then. Just as long as they're U.S. citizens.
Is that part of the plan or no?
I don't know.
Does your wife want to have kids already or no?
I don't think so. No.
What does she do for a job?
She works downtown.
What does that mean? Like Orly?
She's a consultant.
Okay, I was going to say she's a consultant. She works in the city.
Yes.
Does she make more money than you?
Yes, she's on her way towards making more money than me. Yeah.
Ooh. You guys met in college?
Power couple.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. That seems like a college. She seems like the kind of guy who's college married.
Traditional guy.
Yeah, traditional guy. Family likes her?
Yes.
Ben likes her?
They would probably keep her, yes.
Okay.
If we ever split up, yes.
Did Ben, what's the rights? Was it in Braveheart? First rights?
Noctis.
Yeah, does that the way Ben rolls or no? No? Are you sure?
I'm positive. Prima nocta, yeah.
Fine. All right. So we bid adieu to Steve, and we say hello amazingly, incredibly, in only Kirk Minihane fashion. I'm going to be looking at Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to be looking at Dave Cullinane and Blind Mike.
Does it worry you that you don't even want to have him in here?
The answer to any question involving this show is, does it worry? Is yes. There's no question you can ask me where I'm going to say no to that. The only thing I'm not worried about is me, my abilities. Everything else worries me about this show.
That's fair.
I mean, does it worry me that I'm trying to figure out? I'm trying to talk till exactly 9 so I can talk to this guy.
Rush right out.
How are you
going to get out without talking to him? Because he's right there.
I've got an escape already planned. I'm going to give this away because I don't know how it's going to work. Because these people might bail as well. I think there's a chance this could actually be a good podcast.
With Tommy?
Tommy
Yeah, I think so too.
As I said, I don't want to say who he is, but that's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear.
Mike's life is just like revealing who people, their names.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't really care. It's all right. So we're going to do that now, I guess.
In 15 minutes, Tommy will be signed up.
Oh, that's
so,
right.
Yeah, you've got to go out. You've got to go out and go over the protocol with Dave and shake his hand a little bit.
Protocol of what?
Shake his hand.
You guys are going to be sharing some time together.
Here's the protocol. Okay.
Don't get a suit.
Don't fucking lie to Alan Dershowitz.
Colin's gonna be like, you're not going to believe who I have lined up. We have Kavanaugh ready to go.
Robert Shapiro.
Is F. Lee Bailey still alive? You wouldn't believe the shit he's been saying. Don't worry, I told him I was from like this secret magazine. It's like this underground place.
Joe Curtitone's right outside. He thinks he's lined up for an interview with the New York Times.
So he'll be here for 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then you're in New York for a little bit, but
one day.
Okay, one day. He'll still be back
Maybe
here.
2.
He'll pull some sound for you, but
Right.
the New York crew has you taken care of.
Okay. And Blind Mike is going to be in New York, just like hanging around.
Dealing drugs
Not
with
if you don't
Kingpin
want
Pete.
me.
Be like, hey, KFC, yeah. Hey, do you know him at all? No.
I know KFC, yeah.
You do? Okay.
So KFC kind of shit on me a little bit after I left, which I didn't care for. Yeah.
Ooh, we'll have to get into that.
Yeah.
Boy, everyone's still talking about that.
Tough
Can't
feelings.
wait.
Hurt.
What's going on with you? What do you got? You have
It's
anything
probably
lined up or
me
no?
being sensitive. Well, I'll tell you what I'm interested in is now we keep listening to the Minifans show because I'm curious to see now. They already over the top apologized to me, but then you said I was being a pussy. So it's interesting.
They'll
be in a real bind.
It's actually not interesting. They're going to call you a pussy.
Yeah.
And by the way, on this one, I think I've been pretty loyal to you.
Yes.
On this one, they are 1,000% right.
Oh yeah, I mean, after I heard the clip, I came in like, these motherfuckers. How dare they go after me? And then Steve texted me on the way and like, was this it? And I was like, no, there's more. And then he played me the clip, and I was like, huh.
I texted you the tweet.
I guess that was
Yeah,
it.
no, you just sent me the tweet, and you were like, is this real?
Yeah, because I didn't know if you were being satirical
I guess
about...
I was being... I was being a little...
No,
like,
you weren't. No, you weren't.
Now he was 2 hours into the fucking podcast.
No, you
No,
weren't.
this was a joke about
Don't fucking
Steve.
backtrack. You were said it happens.
It was part of my character.
But we all do this. We all...
Yeah.
Last week... or was it this week or last week when I went after Jerry?
Jerry, yeah.
Last week, a couple times.
Like, I was mad when I thought about those guys and that ass fuck Zarbano in some meeting together, like laughing about this podcast, which is way more successful. Which is way more successful than their show. We know that their show, whatever. But I took it personally, and I went, which is what I do. It's part of what makes me me. I went too far. Like, I shit on Jerry way more than he deserved.
Yeah, I just got to stop tweeting when I'm annoyed.
No, it's okay. It's fun for us. I don't want you to
sure,
stop.
yeah.
I don't want you to stop. And plus all these great podcast recommendations. I mean, it's great to
Tuesdays
have him
with
here.
Stories. Check it out, folks.
It's great to have him here. All right, so we're back Tuesday, right?
Ciao.
No, Monday.
Well, you're back Monday, yeah.
Monday. Back Monday at whatever. Download it. It'll be good. Subscribe to it. Oh.
Find us on Instagram. Find us on Facebook.
Yeah,
find us on Twitter.
I don't care about
Kirkman
that.
Show.
So I'm more concerned about these subscribers now because I want Blind Mike to get a tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, which I think if we get to 10,000 subscribers...
I don't know. Was that hack of me to say? I thought it was a good idea.
A little bit. But that's
okay.
I don't mind. It's
All right.
funny. The idea of you getting a tattoo on your neck.
It's got to be...
I said no, below them.
Doesn't
Anywhere
matter.
below
You're not
them.
gonna
It's
know.
got to be the picture that he drew of you, right?
I think so. But listen...
That seems like the leader in the club.
But I do think whoever gets to be the 5,000th subscriber gets to choose it, and then the 10,000th person gets to come and join us for the show and watch Mike live get a tattoo. I mean,
do you get to hold the needle gun for a little bit?
I don't like that stuff. I've never held a gun in my life.
Really?
I've never held a gun in my life.
We're going to do that.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, we're going to do that.
I find gun people they fucking freak me out.
You can use a gun without being a gun person.
But like,
go to a range and shoot one.
Why?
For
I like to go.
Chris
I like
Kyle
golf
situation.
balls.
Okay,
I mean, you're right.
Look, zombie apocalypse.
Steve comes up behind.
Okay,
you.
Zombie apocalypse. Do you want to be able to use a gun?
No, I'd rather
zombie
die if that's happening.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Are you a gun guy?
You're going to let your kids get torn
Is he a
apart.
gun guy? Come on.
Do you have guns?
Yes, I have guns.
How many guns do you have?
I have 3.
For what purpose?
For hunting, self-defense.
Hunting. When do you go hunting?
I haven't a lot since I moved down to Massachusetts,
there's a lot of
but I
hunting
used
going
to.
on
I did a
around
lot.
here.
I did a lot in high school and college.
Well,
I've got a
where'd you
shotgun.
grow
I've
up
got
in
a
Maine?
30-30. I grew up in Dexter.
Dexter. So that's in the middle of
Middle of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so you have a what? What guns do you have?
I have a Marlin 30-30 lever action and a Mossberg pump.
See, when they talk
shotgun.
about this, Mike, it's like sexual almost. You know?
Yeah.
Again,
I have made love to my firearms numerous times. Yes.
3 guns. When's the last time you fired one?
Last night.
Over the weekend, I was sitting there staring at my gun thinking, Kirk really doesn't love me.
This could happen. This could happen. All right, so Steve's gone. He's off to... Give me all the places you're going real quick.
Going to the Netherlands, going to Brussels, Paris, into Italy, down the Amalfi Coast, and to Sicily, and flying home from Sicily.
Are you meeting anybody you know during the trip or no?
Yeah, we're meeting some friends. A guy who was in my wedding.
Yeah. Where's he? In Italy?
He and his boyfriend live in Brussels.
Oh, he's a gentleman of homosexual nature.
He is.
Oh, nice.
One of my groomsmen.
Very accepting of you.
Wow,
Very
look
nice.
at you. That's a good move. Very PC. I like that. All right, so have a good time, Steve. We'll see you. Who knows what you're going to come back to, by the way? Do you have any idea?
No idea.
Is there a chance we're going to be over there? No chance, right?
There's a chance. I mean,
No
I
chance.
already talked with Cullinane coming in, and he's already like, so you guys can use all of the equipment they have around here?
I'll be writing Kirk's eulogy by the time Steve gets back.
I was like, yeah, they're pretty happy with the product so far, so I've been just focusing on good quality audio, getting the podcast out reliably. And he's like, oh, but you could use these TV screens here to put like a guest up on a TV screen.
I don't want to do any of that shit. Everything's fine. It's good. We're doing well. We're going to come in. We're going to do this. Just press buttons. That's your job, because I don't know how to do it. I don't think Mike knows how to do it.
No. There are a couple of different scenarios that I think I'm going to walk back into. One is fired. Dave Cullinane has my job.
I would say, honestly, as frustrated as you've done very well the last 24 hours, I can tell you feel better about yourself than you did 48 hours ago.
This is true. Absolutely.
Like, you were way more active yesterday. You were texting. I could tell you were like, I think part of you was like, is he mad at me? That whole thing. What's going on? You moved past it. I think you got to where you were before last Friday.
I took the mantle from Steve. I took the pressure off him.
That's actually really out.
The pussy mantle.
Blind Mike, in a weird way, did like some meta therapy for me. That pussy tweets really helped me
talking
out.
about my girlfriend.
That's my girl. So that's
bitch.
That's one scenario.
Yes.
There's another scenario where you're in jail because of the Curtatone thing.
I don't think that's going to happen in a month, because I don't even think the trial is going to be till like the fall.
Yeah, like the OJ trial dragged out for a year. So
that's true. It could be a year-long trial.
So it's basically just all like 1,000 different scenarios where I come home and there's no job.
I think option 3 is you'll come home, there's no show, because I'm just going to be like, fuck this. I'm annoyed. I don't like it. I'm just not going to do the show until Steve's back or I get a different producer. Because Cullinane is going to be doing his whole, hey, how about we ramp up the 12X and we get this guy over here, we make this sound better. Like, there's going to be all this bullshit. I'm just going to be like, okay, can you just book this guy, or can we just do this fucking show? That's my biggest concern is he's going to have, as I've always said, initiative, which you don't want in a backup producer. Like he sent me the same day you did. He sent me this fucking this guy, this Dominic Does, or whatever his name is.
No, Dominic Does is one of the Barstool guys. I think the other character, Tibbetts, Billy Tibbetts.
Both you guys sent me that on the same day. Like, you got to have him on.
Because there were a bunch of your Minifans were tweeting the video. He just sounded like a fucking lunatic that you could have fun with.
Like, this is the kind of so this is the sort of stuff back in June when we first started. Do you guys need any help booking guests? Long shot ones, like comedians, musicians coming into town, etc. I'll let you know. I have really outside the box idea that you'll likely call me a dickhead for, but I feel like it's worth a pitch to you. Ha ha, which I fucking hate. Ha ha. I said, fire away. So you have to know me, okay? The content tech side, it feels like you need more bodies. They're pumping out 5 to 10 videos, etc. each show. Good intentions at play here. Only idea I could come up with. Unsold Barstool inventory acting as payment. Trade deals, 60, 90 days. After that, whoever I get to place in the inventory, I'll make the fuckers become a paying client. I have some in mind. We're not asking about radio. I figured this is digital space is a little more flexible. Crazy, but I figured I'd toss it by you. I'm like,
seems very involved for a affiliate.
Any fucking idea? Do you have any fucking idea what he's talking about, Mike?
No.
I mean, you probably do, Steve, right?
A little bit, yeah.
But like, what? Like, you ask, like, I just want to do a show. Like,
yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong. I will say probably the most hurtful thing you've ever texted to me is when I sent you that idea. I was like, hey, this guy sounds like a lunatic. We should get him on. You were like, oh, Cullinane sent that to me.
He did.
I texted back, ouch.
He did. I mean, it's I like initiative in some ways, and I'm that's what I'm concerned about. He's so into. I don't know. Do you guys need any recommendations on technology to use, or is Sirius potentially building something? There you go. I need serious. This technology stuff. It's just I don't know. So I'm concerned that he's going to always be talking and bothering me, and I think
silence. You can just kind of harness that.
I don't know. Mike's seen me now in these rooms. I just walk in before the show starts. Do I say anything to you?
No.
We just do the show. Yeah. I like to think of myself as Bruce. The East Street brand gets here. They're ready to go. I walk on. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go.
Yeah. And we were talking about Instagram content yesterday. I think a great video would be seeing how you escape without talking to this man who's standing right outside.
Are you talking about Cullinane or the...
Cullinane, yeah.
Okay, because every day I escape without talking to the people who work
that's
here, too.
Easy,
yes,
yeah.
That's I literally duck down and say, okay. But I'm polite. I'm not an asshole.
I was hanging out with him yesterday, and then before the show, trying to get the equipment worked out for the Francis interview, and I was making small talk with him, and I was like, oh my God, Kirk would fucking hate this.
No.
I'm becoming self-conscious
about
my
hate
own
just watching
talk.
the small talk, not even having to be involved in it.
That's my own issue. That's like...
I actually asked one of them, I was like, so do you play? Oh, what instrument
play
do you
all
play?
the guitar?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
He's more of a hip hop guy.
Can you play some Skinner for me?
There's a group of older people that do an EDM band around here. It's a good mix of very talented young people.
I know
is
it's
what I've learned.
social anxiety. I am so bad. I am so bad at it. I think a good interviewer and a good talk show host, but this is so different for me than like actually talking.
Yeah, well, I'm the same way. I can't talk like at parties. I don't talk to anyone.
You think if you're just mic'd up all the time?
This is not the Kirk. This is not the Mike Geary show.
All right, I'm sorry.
You shit about
you think if you're mic'd up,
I try
all
to say
the
more
time?
than 30 words an episode.
What are you saying?
You think if you're mic'd up all the time, you would have less social
I don't
anxiety?
know,
Like, if we mic'd up your small talk,
People expect me to be like I'll play in golf tournaments once in a while, or I'll meet people, and people will come up all the time, and they're great. But I think they expect me to be like and that's I'm surprised because they listen. They must know I'm not like that.
I was working one of these golf tournaments when you had to take a picture with like you were
Weren't you in front of like a goat or something?
And yeah, you had to take a picture with a goat with a Tom Brady jersey.
Yes,
and I believe you said, I can't wait. Come on, guys. And I could tell. I was like, this man is very unhappy.
That was the point where I didn't really know you really.
No.
Yeah, that's right. You were doing the...
I said hello. I felt comfortable enough saying hello.
Were you excited to do that? Did you think 3 years later?
Rock hard, yeah.
Will you be 2 years? You'd be sitting here 2 years later.
If I make my bones on this hello, I'll be...
So you said, if I place a call to this Murchison guy, maybe I can make some things happen.
Let's get him out of here.
Kirk, but real quick before we go, because you got to line up this interview.
Go ahead.
We lost in the tumult of last week, my interview with the Wayfair people. I saw all of your enemies gathered together at that protest.
This was in the tumult of last week?
Yes.
Okay.
Shirley Lung.
She was there?
Yeah, Shirley Lung was there, yes.
Did you talk to her or no?
I was talking with Mike earlier. I saw her and I was like, that's Shirley Lung.
Right.
And I had my camera going. I was like, I'm going to go up and say, hey, what do you think about Kirk Minihane? Got any words for him? Blah, blah, blah. Now that he's succeeding wildly beyond your imagination. And then I was like, what if I am just seeing a woman who looks like Shirley, maybe.
Okay.
And I'm just going to walk up to a random Asian
I thought
lady
she wrote a
and be
call
like,
about
oh, are
it,
you
so
Shirley?
I bet you
she
her.
was there.
Yeah.
But so was the guy who said he wanted to piss in Bill Crystal's salmon. So was the photographer who said he
Not
got...
Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal.
Bill Crystal.
Crystal.
Luke O'Neill,
yeah.
you mean.
Yeah, Luke O'Neill.
Yeah.
All of those guys, all of your enemies,
All
or
one world.
maybe people from the Globe that you picked on, were all there at this liberal
This
anti-Trump
Wayfair
protest.
thing seems like it has slowed down.
Oh, it has. It wasn't even about Wayfair. But anyways,
Right.
I just thought it was funny. I think we might have an opportunity at the next big liberal protest. They might come back.
We should do that. Yeah, we should.
How are your man on the street skills?
Not great. I think we should send somebody who's blind and dumb and has a hairy girlfriend to do it. Is there anybody who qualifies?
Am I allowed to carry to protect you at one of those protests?
Yes, that's fine.
So you don't get Andy Nose?
Don't shoot anybody. I'd prefer. Okay?
So I can carry a firearm.
Is Andy
but not shoot
okay?
anybody?
He
actually has a brain hemorrhage.
One of the services. He actually has a brain hemorrhage?
He has a brain hemorrhage.
This is a doctor said this. Held a press conference and talked about it.
He said last night on Fox that the doctors told him.
He was like, that
Andy
video,
made his way
he
on the
seemed
Fox and talked about the brain hemorrhage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet you feel fucking bad about making light of his injuries.
Do you have any...
HIPAA.
As a person who asks questions normally,
An
do you
unbiased
have any
Am I skeptical
suspicion?
of a narrative that like fully supports my own ideology? No. Why would I be skeptical of that?
Just wanted to be sure. Well, I hope Andy's fine. I hope everybody's fine. So we're back here Monday.
Monday, yeah.
And the Cullinan experience starts. Is there a chance, if you're going to lay odds here, I'm just going to try and kill as much time as I can. Is there a chance, in your mind, Mike, that Dave does not last? Considering the last time I worked with him, it lasted 48 hours.
There's certainly a chance.
What are the odds, you would say?
I think he's going to be on his best behavior this time. I don't think he's going to book guests that you don't want. I think he knows not to trick them.
What happens?
So I'll put it at 10 to 1.
What happens if this fucks up, Steve? Who's our backup?
I think what you're going to do is you're going to all you're going to have to do is rely on Fowler and the people at Barstool. So the people at Red 13, they will save the audio, put it into Dropbox, and the people.
So they'll just turn it on. Mike and I'll do a show.
Yeah, we've already talked about a backup plan. Red 13 will handle all of the recording.
Do you have any actual concerns?
No. I think that
save that.
I think.
Just remember this was said, but go ahead.
I think that technically,
it
Dave
was fun being on Barstool Sports, and I mean, I realize there are just some lines that can't be crossed.
I just think that I worked with Dave when he was working for Barry Armstrong. I knew him when he was working on the VB's morning show, and
okay, but this is something people listen to.
The audio files. He knows how to.
Okay,
he knows,
but the ambition, the other shit. I'm not questioning the man's aptitude to do this stuff.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to go tell him to be less ambitious?
No.
Let's get a minute, Dave.
No, I don't want any of that conversation at all. I'm saying, does that part of you give you any pause? You're already pausing. So the answer is yes. Okay, that's all. I mean, that's all I'm asking. Just be honest. I don't know why you're not being honest about this.
I mean, to the extent it gives me pause, it's because obviously he wants the job.
No, forget that. I mean, that part is interesting to me, but right now I'm just focusing on the show itself.
The show is going to be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
You're going to get high-quality audio.
Everything will be fine.
Fuck are you?
I'm a guy that shows up. I'm showing up for some reason. I don't know.
You're him.
This family.
Mike is part of the
Everyone
family.
loves me.
He's going on the Blindside pods tonight.
MHB has to deal with the fact that Blind Mike is way surpassed him in the Minihane world, right?
Thinner,
I guess.
And thinner.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, he says you're going to lose. They both claim you'll be fat by Christmas.
That I will be?
Have you put on any weight at all since you lost the weight? Are you back over 200?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. But I only got down to 199.8 and then went to a comedy festival. So, yeah, I'm like 202, I think I was yesterday.
Okay, we don't need the exact total. So, all right. All right. So, Mike's back next week. I'm back. Dave Cullinane's back. Steve Robinson is off. Are we going to be able to communicate with you?
Yeah, I've got the international phone plan, so you guys will be recording.
So if Eric Erickson ever tweets us again,
oh, fuck you guys!
By the way, I want 2 exclamation points, a smiley face, and then a gun emoji, which is weird.
That's fucking fake news.
You guys are not going to believe this. You're not going to fucking believe this. You're not going to believe this. What happened? Eric Erickson retweeted us.
I'm done.
Dennis Erickson retweeted one of our.
Done fucking sharing with you
Scott
guys.
Erickson. All right, we're back. Steve, have a good trip. Good luck with everything.
Good luck dealing with this pussy over here. I hope MHB doesn't come after him anymore.
I might cry next week. We'll see.
Do we have anybody lined up? Is anybody going to be in town over these weeks? Or I know Colleen is buddies with these people. Right? He has lunch with this whole, he's part of this world, right? The Minifan world.
Yeah, he is. I believe.
Okay, so we have to deal with these people.
Yeah,
possibly.
we got DEC, MHB. They're both
all
going to be
booked.
coming in for a full week.
Jesus Christ! All right, that's fine. Can MHB now make his way up those stairs, or does he need the thing to get him up? How does that work?
All right, we really have to run.
All right. Well, we'll see you later on.
This was pretty reprehensible. I don't know how it can be anybody's idea of humor.